Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon. Won't stop fighting to the very end. Many men try to reach it, many men have failed. Well, if you wanna get to heaven, you gotta raise a little hell. And I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
The Vodacom Bulls roll into a frozen Matmut Stadium in Lyon.
Start.
Perfect start, ideal. With a very healthy 2 from 3 record. Can they secure what they need to get it to progress into the second round of the Heineken Champions Cup? They need a solitary point. A losing bonus point would suffice, but we know this team is far too ambitious for that. They're there for a win. It is snowing. It's going to be tough. We're chatting about it off air. Has the Vodacom Bulls ever, in their illustrious history, played in snow before? They did defeat Lyon in Pretoria, historically, a second-string team, against a star-studded Lyon team. But this is a very different Lyon team. They've introduced the arrival of a couple new players, including Joshua Tuisova, Jordan Taufua. There's also a very different Vodacom Bulls team. Can they do it at Matmut Stadium this evening? Welcome to Bullseye TV, wherever you are, however you may be listening. My name is Mark Nankaro. As always, I'm joined by Kulukane Hlongwane.
Good evening, Mark. This Lyon team, three games, 3 losses. They're going to try and spoil the party here for us there this evening, Marcus, today at the Matmut Stadium. And the Vodacom Bulls just really need to come up here with great strength because no one's backing us today, Marcus. So super excited for this game. Massive game, probably one of our biggest games away from home this season so far.
Well, just quickly, we checked the win predictor before this. They said we've got a 26% chance of winning this game. So totally written off by the bookies. We're underdogs. They're like 2.22 underdogs with the bookies. So massive, mammoth task ahead of us in the snow. Can we do it? But before we chat about this game, let's chat about our previous game. That was against Exeter, our last game. And Cakes, we rolled out to a 39-28 victory. And ultimately, we're the more dominant team against a team that has been described by our head coach, Jake White, as being one of the best in Europe.
Yeah, best in Europe. No, not the best in Europe when they left us fast though, Marcus. We scored 6 tries against them. Our attack was just sensational, Marcus, and to get such a big win at home, at Loftus Versfeld, and such a complete performance from the Vodacom Bulls was great to watch.
Yeah, well, let's stick with attack firstly. 17 defenders beaten. 7 clean breaks to just 1, 17 defenders beaten, 432 meters gained to just 364. So again, attack-wise, totally dominant, incredibly efficient, and lethal when we had the chance.
Yeah, Marcus, we really turned it on, but we played, the backline played off a great base, didn't they, Marcus? The forwards were really up for it, and the Bash brothers doing what they do best, and guys like Kirkley Arnson could really turn it on with the other guys. One Similani, we'll speak about him later, was sensational as well. So what an attacking performance by the Vodacom Bulls at Loftus, something we expect now at Loftus Versfeld.
Yeah, what we don't always expect is to totally dominate the set piece, especially the scrums, and we did that. And then defensively, yes, we missed 16 tackles on defense, but we only conceded 1 line break. Yeah. Whereas Exeter conceded 7 line breaks. So that just shows you, yes, it was that bend, don't break kind of defense. Maybe we missed 1 or 2 tackles more than we should have, but ultimately they stood true, stood tall, and they were a brick wall. Speaking of brick wall, that tackle from David Krill and Jack Noel was just sublime.
My goodness, and he's a man of his word, Marcus. He spoke about it in the preview last week he spoke about it last week in the pod, Marcus, about how we need to close down Jack Noel's space, and he was sublime as well. The guys really turned on, and on that defensive train of thought, Marcus. Defensively, like you said, we were really good. We were resolute. We've improved as well defensively, Marcus, and it's one thing that you love to see about the Vodacom Bulls, just to improve where we are lacking at times.
It was a self-fulfilling prophecy from David Krill. Told us exactly what he was going to do to the letter of the law against Jack Noel, and he did that. He imposed his will on an English and British and Irish line veteran. Okay, Wandi Similani at 13. Wandisile Similani is really settling in this role. Back-to-back games in the number 13 jersey. He was good against Dragons, maybe not spectacular, but did his job, didn't do anything wrong. Against Exeter, he was sublime. 2 tries, looked dominant, 130 meters.
Yeah, Marcus, he came alive, didn't he, Marcus, against Exeter at Loftus Versfeld. He scored his first try. You mentioned it in the commentary last week. First try at Loftus Versfeld, then bagged a second, not too far after, Marcus. And Wandisile Similani looking really at home in the number 13 jersey. Defensively was great. And number 13 is such a tough position to play. And we'll speak about it. And he just was played with great aplomb.
Okay, who was your different gravy?
My DG, Marcus, was Curtly Arns. I just had to go for him because he was man of the match, wasn't he? He broke that gain line, especially for the forwards. Like, as you see there, he would always break the line and then assist the ball. Especially when we were looking a bit flat, you could get Curtly Arns with that bit of punch to break over that advantage line and then give the other outside backs some time, to get over the whitewash.
Yeah, 132 meters from Curtly Arns. He beat 8 defenders. Those are, in both of those categories, the best for the entire round. My different gravy was Ulrich Loh. Statistically, maybe they don't jump off the page, about 30-odd meters from 10 carries, made about 12 tackles, got over the ball quite a bit as well, scored a try, but he brought that presence. Physicality personified. He's one of the most dominant loose forwards in the game at the moment, certainly in the competition. Really impressed with his form. Okay, last thing I want to chat about is our ruck speed, Cakes, and this is an incredible stat that I've found. The Vodacom Bulls have lost just 6 of their last 186 rucks for a completion of 97%. That's the best in the competition. So we're securing our own ball, and that gives us the platform to attack out wide and turn the corner. Against Exeter, 49% of our rucks were in their 22, and we didn't lose a single one of those.
Unbelievable.
So Exeter had 105 rucks and scored 28 points. We had just 51 rucks and scored 39. That just shows you the difference in efficiency at ruck time. Against Lyon, it's going to be different because they have yet to concede, or no one concedes fewer turnovers than them at the breakdown. So it's a big mammoth task ahead of us, but a big shout out to Nollis Murray and what he's done with our breakdown because it's the most efficient in the comp.
Yeah, massive shout out, Marcus. When you told me those stats, I couldn't believe it. It just shows what the Bash brothers, along with the guys who follow them in the rucks, what they're doing there. They work right at ruck time, Marcus. And also, I just want to quickly say, also give a big up to Nollis Murray and the Bash brothers against our own ball, Marcus, at the ruck time. 12 turnovers won last week. We're turning the ball over in critical positions to give the guys like Goose and Chris Smith, the chance at striking, getting those 3 points. So the ruck is a proper power play for us at the moment.
Okay, let's look at we'll shift our focus to the game at hand and let's look through these lineups, starting with Lyon. I'll go through that Lyon team and a number of changes from the team that was felled or slaughtered by the Vodacom Bulls at Loftus Versfeld. Look at Roman Tuafanua at number 5. He's the man on screen. Physical behemoth, one of the most physical players in all of Europe. You'll find his brother, Sebastian Tuafanua, who didn't play in Pretoria. He's there in the number 1 jersey to kind of stabilize the scrum along with Demba Bamba, French international of 24 caps. Sticking in the forwards, Jordan Tuafanua, Tuafua, should I say, he's the captain, over 100 caps for Crusaders, dominant player, now plays for Manu Samoa. And then in the backs, look out for Ethan Dormetier, top try scorer in the French top 14, and look out for Joshua Tuisova, one of the most dangerous players with ball in hand in all of world rugby. Okay, Cakes, take me to the Vodacom Bulls team.
Yeah, Marcus, Vodacom Bulls team, 8 changes, but it's the same squad, Marcus, you know what I mean? We've got our normal, the Blue Bomb squad is playing today, Marcus. So we've got a fully new front row, Sima Tanzima, Bismarck Dubuissi, Francois Klopper. In the second row, 1 change, Jankus Sonnepoel comes in for Captain Ruan Nokia. Rounded off captaining today, that pack is Nizam Card, number 8. Alhamdulillah, so big game for you today. And then number 9, Emery Papier, he comes in for Zach Berger at 9. Big game for him today. In the midfield, Cornel Hendricks, Wandi Similani, electric midfield for the Vodacom Bulls, and then that back three stays the same. Probably the most dangerous back three now in South Africa, if not the URC and Heineken Champions Cup. Quickly answer, Kanan Moody and David Creel.
Okay, you mentioned them. A litany of changes, 8 to be precise. Let's start with the front row, with a particular emphasis on Bismarck du Plessis, because he's the linchpin there in that forward pack. So good over the ball. I think Jake White would have liked, I know he's your favorite player, would have loved for Jan-Hendrik Wessels to pick up the mantle in the number 16 jersey, but Bismarck's purple patch of form right now has been electric. He gets the start. Really excited to see him flanked by Sima Tanzima and Francois Klopper. KK, Janku Swanepoel in at 5. He's been brilliant. He sees the line out as a matrix. He understands it. He can unravel it and defuse the bombs. He's so good on opposition ball. He's been really dominant. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to let you come in here in terms of Carl Brink. We talk about the Bash
Story
brothers.
of the week, eh?
The Bash brothers, Carl Brink returns, Cakes. And we know what that means. Carl, the Hitman Brink.
Woo!
Physicality, it's power personified. We've got so many big hits to look at right here on screen. Take me through what makes Carl Brink such a dominant player.
Yeah, just like Marcus, number 7, you want him, a blindside man. You want him, firstly, to be creative with
Angelo
the ball and be
Davis
industrious.
doesn't want him.
He doesn't want him, yeah, Marcus. And also, yes, you want him to be creative with the ball, but he just brings a physicality like no other in the number 7 role, Marcus. The number 7 role in history in South Africa is your, is your blindside flank, your big ball. But he's so versatile in the way he plays. He's creative with the ball, great energy on the ball, and then defensively, he just makes sublime tackles, gain line tackles, Marco. So Carl Brink is going to be massive today, if he can just stay fit today, Marky.
Okay, alhamdulillah, Nizam Kar is our captain in the number 8 jersey. We're so excited to see him playing probably his natural role at 8. He loves the tram lines and play out wide. Look at him score that try. That's where he's probably most at home. So really excited to see him lead this team. He's been in sublime form on his return. Okay, as we see, Wayne Barnes is ref tonight. We really like that. Backs quickly, Ambrose Papier at 9. We really intrigued by this call. Emi Papier is there to speed the game up and bring electricity to the number 9 jersey. Yeah. So it's interesting with the snow, different conditions, late at night, cold, frosty, to see can Ambrose bring that ruck speed that we've been blessed with in this competition. Speaking of ruck speed and speed in general, Johan Goosen, the Goose at 10. Clearly the Vodacom Bulls are not here to put the ball in the right areas, put the ball in a bucket, play in the 22 of the opposition. We're here to actually take them on in attack.
Yeah, Marcus, we're trying to fight fire with fire by the looks of things, Marcus, because we know this Lyon team is one of the better teams in the whole competition in terms of attack. That they lead one in terms of clean breaks, but they're in the top 4 in terms of all the attacking stats. So we need to fight fire, especially away from home in the snow. So Johan Goosen will try to be the linchpin in starting those attacks against the strong Lyon attacking force.
Last change I want to chat about, Cornel Hendricks. Starts at number 12. This is where he started his career with the Vodacom Bulls under Jake White. He likes him there at 12. Very different 12 to Harold Forster. He's going to put his head down and be a gain line merchant. Cornel Hendricks is going to step and look for the soft shoulder and get over the advantage line that way. Different, equally effective. But big ups to Cornel Hendricks playing his 50th game for the Vodacom Bulls. Massive 50 up, son. Get in. Okay, know your foe, KK. Why should we be scared of this Lyon team? What do they bring? What are their strengths?
Yeah, Marco, I just mentioned it now. Their attack, they're weird rugby team, especially this season. They're 8th in the top 14. In our pool, they're 10th. But if you look at their attacking stats, it's so potent. They've got 12 tries, 3rd in the cup, in the Champions Cup in Europe. 84 points, 8th in the Champions Cup. 340 carries, 6th in the Champions Cup. 23 clean breaks, tied 2nd in Europe. 68 defenders beaten, 2nd in Europe. 4th in meters gained in Europe, and 1st in offloads. So what does that tell us? Because they've lost all 3 games in Europe, but they are there and about in the top 5 in all attacking stats.
Yeah, they're probably a bit of a mirage. So on attack, they're brilliant, but I'll tell you now why they're so poor. Defensively, that's a real soft white underbelly, and that is their big weakness. Is defensively, especially from set piece, they're particularly susceptible to tries and conceding line breaks and meters. So they are winning some games in the French top 14, not in the Heineken Champions Cup. But they're winning those games in shootouts. So their philosophy is, you're going to score 25 points. We're going to let you do that, but we'll score 35. So it's out-and-out shootouts. That's how they're winning. We all know that's not a sustainable way to approach a rugby game. Can we exploit that defense? That's probably why we've gone for an Ambrose Papier, Johan Goosen, 9-10. That's the most attacking 9-10 combo we can field. Okay, quickly, some battles. As we see the boys getting ready to run out to a frozen Matmut Stadium. KK, in the forwards, you've gone Marco van Staden against Dylan Creighton. Start with Marco van Staden.
Yeah, Marco van Staden, Marcus, one of the Bash brothers himself. We know we didn't speak about him today, but like, look at that, Marcus. Blood on his nose, hard nose, glass-eating rugby player, great over the ball. Marco van Staden is going to be massive for us in terms of like getting over the advantage line at the ruck time, influencing that ruck speed that you spoke of, Marcus. Coming up with Dylan Creighton, who is an absolute workhorse, Marcus. We spoke about it in the podcast earlier in the week. You know, he's 73 caps for Lyon, 50 points, 25 years old, 103 kgs, and he's got 19 French caps. So he's the young man, 25 years old, pretty young for the role he's playing, is very, very well astounded in French rugby.
Well astounded. I don't know what that means, but maybe you invented a word.
Sounds good. Well established. Sounds good.
Okay, I'm looking at Ruan Vermaak against Alphen. I started with Ruan Vermaak. We said he needs to fill the physical shoes left behind by Voltsenkamp. He did that finally against Exeter. This was his baptism of fire. Look at him just dominating. That guy got a concussion. Physicality personified. I'm so happy with Ruan Vermaak's trajectory at the moment. 6'8", 120 kgs, has all the physical tools. Can he put them together again against the most physical man in Europe? I'm calling it Roman Tawa Fanua. He's a 6'8", 140 kg behemoth. Okay?
Look at him go.
Look at him. He's a monster. This man is a bully personified. He's a gain line merchant. If you can't contain this man, he will dominate you. Can Ruan Vermaak step up to the task? KK, I don't think we can go through other battles. We're about to kick off here. I'm so excited though. Maybe just go through David Kriel, Joshua Tuisova. Quickly.
DK versus Joshua Tuisova. DK has been sensational. We know what we need to say more about him. But case Joshua Tuisova, 85 points, 50 games for Lyon. Great start for him in his first 50. And then 285 points in 122 Toulon fixtures. One of the greats of Fijian rugby. Fijian 7 superstar. One of my favorite rugby players on the 7th circuit, I think, as well. 113 kgs, 5'11". I mean, this guy's a beast.
There we go. Kickoff at Matmut Stadium. Vodacom Bulls, starting with Jan Goosen, we knock it on. Almost 1-1 there, which would have been a phenomenal start, but it's spilt. So Vodacom Bulls don't have possession. Here is Lyon, Jordan Talfua, the captain, the big number 8, over 100 caps for the Crusaders, 50-odd for Canterbury. Man who now applies his trade internationally for Samoa. And reminder at home, we're giving away 4 tickets to Vodacom Bulls, DHL Stormers. We've given away 1 prize in that last week. Got another one this week. In a suite, all drinks and meals paid for. 4 tickets in a suite. Get the full VIP experience. Drinks, meals on the house. All you need to do is get involved in the show this evening. Comment, ask a question, share the post, get as involved as you can. We're already seeing a scrap with Janku Swanepoel. Love to come back to that. But make sure you get involved. We'll give you 4 tickets, drinks, meals included, and you can watch one of the most sought after and hyped up contests of the entire season. Vodacom Bulls, DHL Stormers.
North-South Derby, sir. North-South Derby. What a prize that is. And Mark and I, we will pop in. We will pop in. We will. For that game, we will definitely pop in. We're going to have a Richelieu or 2.
Certainly. Okay, first line out here for Bismarck Duplessis, the veteran, KK's favorite player of all time. Yeah. Can he find his man? He's looking for the captain, Nizam Carr. Interesting call, just 6'1", and we lose that line out. I don't like the call. I'd rather see Janku Swanepoel for Mark in the air there. Here come Lyon. They're going to look to attack. They're going to go for the boot. Bordeaux, 9th point scorer in the French top 14. Great take, Kurtley Arendse in tough conditions. Gives it to Imbros. Cornel Hendricks opts for the boot. Bit of an agricultural kick down the throat of Dumortier, the top try scorer in French top 14 rugby. Just 21 years old is Dumortier, and here's Goose, who return with favour. Puts his laces through that one. Does he find touch? He doesn't. Finds Dumortier once more. Again, bit of kicking tennis here. He won't find touch either. Finds Arendse. Arendse thinks about it. Looks ahead. He's going to clear as well.
Win the big game from Kurtley today, Marcus. On the synthetic pitch. It's cold.
Jeepers, the range of Dumortier is phenomenal. It's a great kick from him. Does he stay in field? Penalty for offside. Wayne Barnes.
Yeah, the last time I saw Wayne Barnes was against the Box, Marcus. That was a shocker.
We love Wayne Barnes as a ref.
Yeah,
well,
great
if
ref.
you can love a ref. I don't know if that's possible, but he really is the best of a bad bunch, in my opinion.
Marcos, Michelle Krugerford saying, can't wait to meet you guys. She was a winner last week.
Yes, she was.
Well,
We'll see you soon.
Yeah,
It's a month away, but we'll see you soon.
Yeah, well, we'll see you soon, Michelle. We can have a couple of drinks together and just catch up on the Vodacom Bulls and life. Can't wait for that. And then, what is the score, Vane? And still 0-0. Game just started. Andre van Zyl, Supersport does broadcast the game, but we are a better alternative for sure. Koos Boyd is saying, good luck, Bulls, for sure. Bulls 53-26, Lyon in game from Rian Delanga. I love that. I'm going Bulls by 7, for sure.
Huge call. Okay, here is Lyon. The much vaunted attack. They kind of stab an odd kick through midfield. Struggling to deal with it was Wandi Simelane, and they're going to flood this ruck. Vodacom Bulls have possession, but they've been driven all the way. That should be a penalty to the Vodacom Bulls.
No.
Penalty to Lyon.
Side entry.
Wow. That Vodacom Bulls ruck was under all sorts of pressure. Demba Bamba getting involved. Even Tuasu. Jesus, look at Joshua Tuisova. He's 113 kgs and 1.8 meters tall.
He's a slab of granite, Marcos. He's a brick. And
Okay,
he's so quick.
we've got a few comments. Yaku Diaka. Hello, guys. Tuning in all the way from cold Russia.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, Yaku, interesting. We'll leave it there, but we love to have you. Good luck.
Please come back home.
Zany Lawrence. Of course, yeah, Rian DeLange is saying 53-26. Lyon. Hi, everyone. Thanks for an awesome experience last week. Much appreciated. Leon Lombard. Yes, one of our winners. Glad you enjoyed it, Leon. Keep the comments coming. Leon, I called you Leon.
Leon.
Okay, more time for Leon.
Leon.
5 meters out. Can we stop them? They don't turn the pull over at more time, and it's an easy one for Marchand. That's way too easy. Just peels off the back of it. Embrus Papier, that's probably not the player you want to be defending the fringe of the ruck, or the maul, should I say. 4 minutes in, Lyon through Guillaume Marchand, who is a French international, scores a try. And terrible start, Vodacom Bulls.
Yeah, horrible start by Vodacom Bulls, Marcos. You know, and our maul defense was so good last week. Yeah, it was just so easy for them, wasn't it? Just peeled off there. They should. You see Emmy just before the guys. He's calling guys over. Why is he left on an island by himself there, Marcos? Too easy for Lyon.
Way too easy. We'll return to the comments. More comfort there. Brett Roy saying, hello, boys. Friday's Friday from Wisconsin, USA. Michael Howe saying, snowing in Lyon must be freezing. Yes, it is. Bulls will win at the bonus point, says Derek. Love the confidence there. Go Bulls. Need a win, says Lyon.
Yeah, for sure. And then Marcus says, Jan Paul is from Sudan. Hello from Sudan. Wow, our audience, some of our audiences in some tough areas of the world. But anyway, Yolisa Matanzima saying, Bulls all the way. Miss Matanzima, we hope that Sim does well today and just dominates the scrums, the advantage line when he's got ball in hand, man.
So Leon Bordeaux had the kick. I missed if he got it over. We'll see now. Dylan Cretton, they go to him at the front. For Mark contest. I don't like us contesting 5 meters out from our own try line.
Should be sacking that.
Yeah. Orchid, when am I meeting you guys in person too? Let's see, Orchid. Maybe you win tickets next week or for the Stormers game. That would be great.
Hammer, take us away.
Vodacom Bulls restart on the 22-meter line. And the last time we saw Wayne Barnes refereeing was in France, and it was a stinker from Wayne Barnes, who is my favorite referee, as I mentioned, if such a thing can exist. Here come the Vodacom Bulls. Curtly Orenser. It's a wayward ball for Goose, but he finds it. He's going to kick. So early on, Vodacom Bulls looking for the sky a lot. In stark contrast to the selection we found, but good tackle from Orenser. Leon again. Jean-Marc Dusain. He has the interesting record of being the only man in World Rugby to make his international debut in a World Cup final. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Against the All Blacks in 2011, made his debut off the bench with 2 minutes to go. Can you believe it?
Story for the ages.
Unreal. Great tackle there. Corner Hendricks. Another tackle made. This is Regar. Tackle made by Nizam Khan on the tram lines. Nizam Khan's going to flood the breakdown.
Yeah, that's what we need now. Come on, boys.
We just need possession and territory now. Some territory.
We've got it,
great.
Mark.
No, we don't. Leon struggled for it, but they won it. Leon just looking more comfortable at the moment in these conditions. Vodacom Bulls need to find themselves quickly. We've got a phenomenal bench to call on. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. We can go in 10 points down and still be comfortable. We've got a phenomenal bench to call upon.
Is Dusan?
Dusan puts it onto... Creels made a hash of it. I think it went backwards.
Yeah, it's
it
gone
did.
backwards.
Nizamka! Beats one, beats two, gives an offload. Bismarck Duplessis wins it. Vodacom Bulls' first opportunity to wind up, but it's scrappy and they've lost it, and they just don't look comfortable at the moment. Kurt Lawrence is going to track back for this ball. It's a tough one to deal with. He's got it. He's going to have to clear. Do Mortiers all over him like a rash.
On the rollerblades now, Marky. You're on the proper rollerblade. It's tough for us at the moment, Marcus. It's not looking good. But we move on. But Marcus, there's a from the man from Russia. Hey, what did he say here? Here you go. Yakudiaga is saying, believe me, I would love to depart Russia with a laughing face. Minus 36 degrees in Chukotka. Let's hope this game heats things up. Great commentary, guys. Thank you so much, Yaku. I'm sure we'll meet you one day.
Claudia is from Windhoek, Namibia. There's lots of comments here.
Yeah, you are all saying best commentary, best rugby. Bulls can't lose. Go Bulls, yo, lekker.
And so we're building a digital community here. Here's Demba Bamba, 24 cap monster. Reminds me so much of Oxen Chair. There's Talfanua. That's the man I said we need to contain. And what a start. Great tackle on him. Arms out. There's the slow roll out there from Carl Brink. Yeah. Here's Sobela, the man from Cameroon. And here they go. Bordeaux, Leon Bordeaux.
Great tackle, Matanzima.
Bamba met physically by Brink, the hitman. Carl Brink will go back for the penalty. What a shot, Carl Brink, on one of the biggest ball carriers in French rugby in Demba Bamba. He's a proper source of gain line dominance. He got munched by the hitman, Carl Brink.
And Marcus, yeah, they're going for the polls, and I actually, I think we've gotten off lightly there. They were looking, it was looking very ominous, but I'm happy that they've gone. Marcus, how does the field look? How does the field look like? A scathing ring. What?
It doesn't look too bad, actually. I mean, it wasn't snowing this morning. Apparently, it started snowing about 30 minutes before kickoff, according to our sources there. It still looks all right. I mean, there's a little bit of snow, but it's nothing terrible. Grass pretty much green. I assume it'll pick up by the second half, but at the moment, it's okay.
I think they're playing synthetic, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
they are, 4G, yeah.
So grass will hopefully be green in the second half, eh, Marky?
Let's hope. I don't understand that joke.
No, because you were saying that hopefully the grass will be green in the second half.
No. What I mean by that is there going to be a layer of snow on top of it, or are we going to see green?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. On your bike, son.
Oh, one zip mark. I'm coming for you.
Okay, 10-0, unfortunately, is the score at Matmut Stadium. Lyon converting the penalty. Vodacom Bulls yet to be on the right side of the law via the whistle of Wayne Barnes. I haven't liked our restart strategy so far. This time we go again down the middle. It's exactly the same. Can we win it? Again, it's almost a knock-on by Kane and Moody. I don't think the ref's seen it. We're going to play on. Janku Swanepoel attacks. But if you're going to go into the middle, you need to... The contest needs to be a little bit better at the moment. And that's 3 times we've gone to the middle, yet to get the ball back on our side. Lyon going to exit. And they do... It's short of the 10-meter line, I believe.
Well, we'll take that.
And this is the first opportunity, really, for us to get ball in hand. It's been 10 minutes. We've yet to really put a passage of play together.
Yeah, we really haven't been, Marcus. We really haven't put a passage together. But Orca Gravenson asking us, do you guys think that David Krill's nickname, we've given it a thought, of Greyhound, we've given it a thought. Let's see if it brews. We love it. Let's see if it brews.
What about the Slim Reaper?
The Slim Reaper, the Grim Reaper. Oh, I like that.
The Slim Reaper.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, Bismarck finds for Mark. And here is Cornel Hendricks on the short ball. And that's a really nice carry for the man winning his 50th cap. Imrose, Matanzima, first opportunity to wind up for him. And he does well. Penalty Vodacom Bulls. There's the first one of the evening.
Corner, boys.
No release there from Jordan Talfua. Surely we go corner and work behind that rolling maul of ours. Talfua looks perplexed. He really doesn't look happy with that. He's apoplectic.
Yeah. Apoplectic. My goodness, Mark. Some of these words, do you make them up, eh?
Yeah, like what was your word in the pre-show?
Mark's a walking dictionary and encyclopedia. Komno Billa from Porter. Bad start for the boys from Zambia Lawrence. Yeah, it has been a bad start, but we've got a chance now to strike. For sure. It's snowing there while the game is being played. It was snowing just before. It's chilled out now, yeah.
Okay, finds Janku Swanepoel. I like that in the middle of the line-out. He's a proper line-out merchant there. He rules the skies. Rolling more, a little bit lateral, but now it's looking a little bit more direct. Bismarck Du Plessis at the back.
No, keep it in. No, leave it, Emmy.
I agree. Okay, short ball. Hendricks, Talfanu has won it, and that's the last thing we needed.
And he's gone back. Second ball.
There's going to be a penalty to Lyon, and that would be the worst thing in the world. Dusain, it's not. And that was a shocker from the Vodacom Bulls. An absolute shocker.
That stat you spoke about and at the Iraq, Marcus, Lyon, they're showing their worth, aren't they, Marcus?
It's the battles of the efficiency at the breakdown. Vodacom Bulls have statistically the best attacking breakdown in the competition, but Lyon have one of the best defensive breakdowns in the competition, and that's the battle you're seeing unfold before your eyes now. And at the moment, Lyon's winning. Bismarck du Plessis finds for Mark at the front, who finds his captain. I think they've knocked it. Absolute shocker at the moment from the Bulls. Absolute shocker.
We must go back for the scrum now, yeah.
We'll have our first scrum of the evening.
Massive scrum here. This is going to be very important for Klopper and especially Mr. Matanzima up there. Will he be able to withstand and anchor and sometimes attack that front row?
I'm really not liking what I'm seeing. 13 minutes in. It's a very, very nervous start.
Yeah, it is a very nervous start, Marcus, and to be 10 points down with only just about 13 minutes to go is not great. Claudia Steinbach saying, while the rain is belting down now in Windhoek, go Bulls. I hope you're keeping warm there, ma'am. Then Shane Fritz say, Bulls have a way of coming back on second half. The game is not over yet, gents. Yeah, but it's just the way we've started, you know. Poor start.
Orchid is Anu Boertse playing tonight for Lyon. He's not, actually. He's not on the bench either, so that's interesting because he was probably their best player in Pretoria, but he must be injured.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can imagine.
Yeah. It's a big scrum. That Lyon scrum he gets popped up as Francois Klopper's Marcos scrum doesn't look great either. That first scrum.
Tuisova bounces Carl Brink. There you go. That is the danger of that man in the number 14 jersey. It is terrifying watching him tear down the flank. To bounce Carl Brink, I've never seen that before in my life. Wow. Okay, here's Bordeaux. He doesn't look too comfortable passing the ball right to left. There's Leon Bordeaux. Here is Rigaud going absolutely nowhere. Carl Brink looking to make amends. He won't like that. I don't think he's been bounced too many times in his career. Here's that man again. Tell you what, Eskom's not going to let him go.
Yeah, for sure. They double hit him. They want to teach him a lesson now.
You have to double hit him. We need those Bash brothers to get stuck in now. They're our only hope at this stage. Talfi Fanua, Sebastian, the younger brother, carries. There's a big shot there on Bismarck's head. He won't notice. But there was a big shot on his melon. Now he puts his arm up. There was a proper shot on his melon.
He's not stoked about that. Come on,
a
TMO.
proper shot on his head. David Krill, he's won it.
DK.
Again, they flood the breakdown, KK. They flood it. We've got it. Embros, they've committed so many numbers. Surely we attack here. They've committed half their pack. The number 7 jersey. But again, they just look so comfortable on the ball. Look at them. But that's a great shot
from
Mark. On Marchand. He's stepping into that physical juggernaut territory that we need for a Vodacom Bulls number 4. They're going to have to kick after this. Maybe they go one more phase and kick, or they just kick straight. Yeah, they kick. Such was the physicality of the tackle. Here's Goose. He's used to these conditions. He played so many years in France. Leon Bordeaux, the chase is just a bit slow.
When rollerblades. Come on, better kick, DK. Come on, boy.
I'd really like to, again, you would like to bite more meat off the bone there. Up to just over the halfway line.
Yanku time now. Come on, let's contest this.
Yanku, I agree. Yanku's got to contest here. But look at this. Joshua Tuisova right over Brink. Tell you what, Brink has never been in that position. Look at this.
Jeez.
Brink is 115 kgs, ladies and gentlemen.
And he prides himself on that, Marcus.
That's what he's the hitman for a reason.
My goodness, 113 kgs. Joshua Tuisova, 5'11", low center of gravity, so much weight behind him. Wow. That's Yanku. Oh, nearly, son.
He makes the contest difficult, but dude's just going to put this up in the air. Jeepers. They're so efficient. But they might be out on the full. Drive him out. Into touch. Domatier.
Thank you.
Line out Vodacom Bulls. Nice work, Kane and Moody. First real contribution in 17 minutes. Ball's gone his way for the first time, and it's a good one. Look at this. Domatier gets it. And then look at them. Double tack. Gang tackle. Orense, Moody. Love it. Look at Yanku. He makes it difficult for Cretin.
Yeah, I just love our Yanku. He's just a proper line-out general. You compare him to Victor Matfield before the game, Marcus, in terms of how he dominates his guys in that blue jersey, and he's proving to be that man.
He's not a physical behemoth by any stretch of the imagination. He's not going to run over you. He's not going to wow you with the physicality. But at the line-out, few are better. Look at him there.
Wow.
You rely on him.
He must be the best, Marcus. He must be.
He's up there.
In South Africa.
Ruan Nokia is the best, I think. Okay, here's Kane and Moody. First opportunity to work up ahead of steam. Going to go back down the blind side. Embros finds Matanzima. Great carry, Matanzima. Beats 1, beats 2, still going. It's a phenomenal carry from the loose head.
That's why it's there.
Can we string a few more phases together? But again, now it's slow and we're going to look for the boot. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. That was such a good carry from Matanzima. Why opt for the boot straight after that? It's a good kick from Ambrose. Contestable. It's missed by everyone. Who touched it? That'll be the interesting question here. Did it come off? Bismarck's saying it came off Dumortier. Let's have a look at it. And it...
Can't see from there.
Can't see from that angle. Got
This
a
is
feeling
massive,
it came
this.
off Moody's finger. Looks like it's going to Lyon. Oh no, it's going to be a Vodacom
Yes!
line out.
This is so big,
That's
Mark.
monstrous. That's monstrous for the Vodacom Bulls. This is huge, ladies and gentlemen. First real opportunity inside their territory. Can we make something happen? Got to look for Swanepoel here.
Choop. No,
Should've.
man.
It's messy, but we've knocked it on. Our own worst enemy.
No, I think it's off the boot. So it's off the legs. So the
Penalty.
penalty.
Leon. And that is what we're talking about right there. That is... You can't win a rugby game playing like that.
But that's
you
heart-wrenching.
simply cannot win a rugby game playing like that.
You must win your set pieces, boys. You have to.
But go for Swanepoel. Throw the ball to Swanepoel.
That's why he's there.
Guaranteed. It's guaranteed. It really... I just start fuming when I see things like that. Again, shooting ourselves in the foot. Don't understand. Did all the work to put ourselves in that territory. Saliba is the guy who makes the steal. Agreed. Nice comment there about needing to adapt to the conditions. Going to take a bit of time. I agree. But we need to adapt quickly because this Lyon team, I think they're sensing... Their tails up and they're sensing a bit of weakness on this Vodacom Bulls pack.
Yeah, they are, Marcus. They smell blood, don't they? There's Dusson.
Marchand, the try scorer, gets
Smoked.
absolutely pummeled
That's
by
Brink.
That's the hitman we know. Carl Brink. Okay, there's nothing doing on this side. Vodacom Bulls need to contest that vulnerable breakdown. They don't. It's a nice tackle from Wandi Similani. Again, physically, not really going anywhere. Again, stood up there. Stood up, and Janko Swanepoel
Thank
wins
you,
it.
arms out.
Almost, no.
No, he didn't give the arm out. What is that, Barnes?
Again, they're going to attack out the back door. Looping ball. Bismarck's playing, Eskom's playing with one boot. Halfway line. Yeah, Claudia's saying Matanzima's a beast when he carries like that. Agreed. He is sensational. Orchid saying Nizamkar is going to score the first try for the Vodacom Bulls. It's a good shot there. They're going for the air now. DK's under it. Misjudged it.
Backwards.
Bismarck. He'll put the game on. Oh, no, there's Tui Sova. He's going to win that ball.
Oh, they really do. Like, they're attacking every single breakdown.
There we go.
For Mark.
For Mark. What
That's what we
a
need.
carry.
Come on,
A
son.
physical juggernaut. Ruan for Mark. Puts the game on his shoulders. He says, I'll have a crack. I'm not scared of this team. Up and under. Dumortier gets minced. But he finds Bordeaux, the tackle from the captain, Nizam Kar, and then Klopper, who makes another tackle. Kirtley's over the ball here. He might win it. He doesn't. But I love the attack, the direct approach from the Vodacom Bulls. We look really lethal when we go up the guts.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to do today, Marcus. Up the guts. We look a lot better than going out wide and kicking the ball away. Up the guts. Let's put the pressure on them. Let's make this a physical battle.
That's a great win there from Cornel Hendricks. They're going to flood the breakdown. They're unsuccessful this time. The man playing his 50th cap for the Vodacom Bulls. This proud franchise does a good job in the skies. Ambrose looking for Matanzima, who's looked really good with ball in hand. And again,
Always over the advantage line, Matiba.
almost his own worst enemy when he carries because he's so dominant in the carry that he loses his own cleaners.
Hundreds. He literally
crazy.
is losing his support because that's how good he is on the ball.
Bordeaux makes a phenomenal take.
This kicking game is not working for us. Because they
Agreed.
under the high ball, they are winning every single high ball. This is not Loftus fast foul.
This is a nightmare. Penalty against Marco van Staden for no release. Again, he's bleeding. This is the third game in a row in exactly the same spot. No one can critique his willingness to put his body on the line. But again, just operating on that line, that fine margin.
There he is, Marcus. Give them another chance now. This game is on a knife's edge. If they score another try or any more points, it's gonna be tough for the Vodacom Bulls. But luckily, Mark did mention that we do have a super bench, a super bomb squad that can possibly turn things around if we do not show any dominance in this half.
I just think we need to play our own game. Like we're
kicking the ball away.
kicking the ball away a little bit too much for my liking. When we play direct, we look good. I think physically, we're the more dominantly physical team. I really believe that. We just need to play our natural game. At the moment, we look a little bit nervous, overthinking things. And again, they're going to work behind this maul. We've done a good job there to stop it. Dusain shows and goes, gets met by Eskom.
Ball's there.
Can we repel them here? Going to have to. Saliba, the man who's had a really big impact. Talfanua gets hit by Vermaak. See what? He's throwing his body around at a rate of knots. It's so good to see. It's exactly what we needed, the number 4 jersey. And it's been stolen.
Unreal, boys.
The chip over the top. There's no one in the backfield for Lyon. The chase is on now. Can something happen? Got to make that tackle, Embros.
Hold him up, boys. Hold him up.
Bismarck's going to contest
Where's
that.
he?
He's won it.
He's got it.
He's won it.
Come on,
Huge
man,
moment.
Bismarck.
Huge moment.
Come on, man.
I tell you what, a try would be up here. But outside of that, that moment is right up there. Johan Goosen spotting all the real estate, a lot of green in the back. The chase was on. We didn't get it. Tackle made. Calm, patience from the veteran that is Bismarck du Plessis, who bides his time and strikes at the perfect moment. He's like a cobra. Look at him.
Look at him. Boom, boom. There you go.
And there it is. Releases,
Boom.
and then he's on it. Few are better than him, showing his worth.
Yo, that's massive from Bismarck. Yeah,
That's a
I
good
love
kick
that.
from Jan Goosen as well. Now, we've been here before. Can we win our line-out? We've got to win this line-out. We have to be the next to score. We know this.
What you guys think? Let's say Clevey saying 21-17 Bulls to win. Back that. Shane Flynn saying, yeah, hashtag Richly your way. For sure. Bulls, show your passion of the game. Bulls can do it for anyone else. Score, load shedding this side. The side score is 10-0 to Lyon. Lyon are 10 up, but we do have a line out just outside.
David saying, impressed by Vermaak's physicality. Second game in a row. Okay, Carl Brinks won it. And here he is. There's Vermaak. Physicality personified. Embros, quick ball. Klopper lines his man up. He's lost it.
I've seen this story with the Bulls, Marcos.
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate. Own worst enemy again and again and again. And I just feel lacking a touch of experience at the moment. Eskom's in a scrap on the deck there. He's being held by 2 men. He's in a real scrap for his life at the moment. The monster Talfanua is over him. The Talfanua brothers are over him. And he held his own. That's a nice little win for Eskom.
Yeah, but Wayne Barnes wasn't even looking at the ruck. Matanzima really complaining that he wasn't looking at the ruck was going. He was busy looking at the fights with Talfanua and Eskom.
Eskom's not happy. He's got claret all over his melon. He's not happy whatsoever. The Talfanua brothers holding him down. And now I don't like to see this. Jean-Marc Dusain's taken a knee. They're gripping his face. And this is when teams start looking for penalties. And that's what I worry about. Anyway, keep those comments coming. We're giving away 4 sweet tickets to Loftus Versfeld. All drinks, all meals included. Make sure you comment, get involved, share the post. The most active person will probably end up winning.
100%.
It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Can the Vodacom Bulls stem the tide? We've lost 4 in a row against the Stormers. North-South derby at Loftus Versfeld. See, that's what I'm worried about there. They're going to look at this tackle by
That's
Eskom.
so quick. When you're keen saying the disappointment in of your face is like me when there's load shedding. Yeah, at the moment, Eskom.
I'm really worried they're going to look at that tackle.
Speaking of load shedding,
I'm really worried they're going to have a look at this tackle. And that, yeah. You always just, you see any kind of rugby collision where a head whips back, even though most of the time it's the result of just physicality and you start worrying. But it looks like Ulrich might take the field here. What a replacement to have.
oh, what a great replacement, Marcos. Maybe he'll get the boys riled up, get some dominant carries. Remember to keep your comments coming. Remember, we're giving away an awesome prize. 4 tickets to the Vodacom Bulls against the DHL Stormers at Loftus Versfeld in about a month's time. All you need to do is like, comment, and share. And you can get those 4 tickets in a suite with food and drinks included. And Mark and I will come pop in for a dope as well.
Okay, we've won the ball here on the 22-meter line. Here's Cornel Hendricks. Totally different cat
He's
to
obviously
Harold
Trev.
Forster. Klopper, the man who made the mistake earlier. You won't want to make too many more of those. Matanzima here. You back him to get over the advantage line. Vodacom Bulls have done well. Again, down the blind side. Goose. It's a nice ball, almost well dealt with Kane and Moody. Can he stay in? He's held up. Gets the ball away to Orense. Orense stays in field. They've done so well, those two. They understand each other. very well. Here's Matanzima. Short ball from Yanku in from the side, not picked up, luckily. Brink.
Good carry!
Great
Hitman!
carry from Carl Brink.
Leave it busy.
Goose. Don't like that at
Sixes
all.
and sevens.
David Krill hoovers the ball off the ground. Very one-dimensional from the Vodacom Bulls at the moment. Being driven about 20 meters back. Need to consolidate. It's a good carry from Klopper. I feel like when we physically just direct,
It's a
we
lot
beat
better.
them. I don't like it when we take the corner. Goose. Tough one for Moody. He's done so well. Throws one out and don't need to see that. Out the
But
back
Goose is
door.
giving Hail Mary
Yeah,
passes
he
though
is,
as well.
he is. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really tough one for Moody to take. He did so well to take it. With Dusain, I think he looked up and saw he could beat his man. Almost did. Just execution lacking.
Yeah.
Line out to Lyon. We just need 3 points on the board at this stage. 27 minutes in. Just need to settle down and get 3. That's all we need at the moment. Just got to show that we can get points. Another line out. Do we contest? Surely we do. But slow and easy, totally clean ball for Lyon. Just far too clean. Onto Moody. Finds Orange. I'd like to see him have a little bit of a crack. And he goes for it.
And he's still going,
Beats
Mark.
one, beats 2. He's done so well. And that's what we want to see from Kurt Orange. Immediately in Lyon territory. Just from that one carry. At the back door.
Oh,
They
what's
don't look
happening,
good.
boys?
They don't look good. Here's Goose. He's done very well.
Thank
Penalty,
you.
Vodacom Bulls. Off his feet was Jordan Talfua. That's his second penalty at the breakdown he's given away. He's going to have to relax a little bit. Might have been the slow rollout from Saliba.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
not happy about that. Well, Mark, what do you think here?
Out of sync. Out of sync
Yeah.
at the moment is what I think. I know you're going to ask me about what do we
Yeah,
go for posts,
yeah.
whatever.
With Goose's boot.
Maybe we do, just to get points on the
Yeah.
board. It's a tough one. Probably go for the line here.
Because it's too
But-
far. But Goose can sink it from here, and if he misses, it's going to be a nightmare.
We really look out of sync at 6s and 7s, just not settled. And that's what happens when you make 8 changes. We knew this was coming. 8 changes, takes time to get in rhythm again. But we just need to, I think the longer this game goes on, the more comfortable these players will feel around each other.
100%.
Again, we're going for the line. I think Goose has been pretty good. Some passes have been a bit unforgiving. Overall, he's been okay.
He's been right. He's just giving Hail Mary passes when important passes need to be made, Marcus. But anyway, there's Russell Winter, there, Bulls forward coach. Oh, this game.
Alberta's saying, Bulls, you can do it.
Yeah. Go for a try, boys, from Mr. Elisa Matanzima.
Make us proud. A lot of... Shannon's not too happy with Goose at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, I saw that.
Orchid saying the Goose is loose. I think he's scared he's going to get injured again. He's on that synthetic 4G pitch where he did his knee against Leinster. But here come the Vodacom Bulls. Let's get those negative thoughts out of our brains. It's a good direct carry. I think that was Cornel Hendricks. And
That
I love
was.
this from Bismarck going for it. Gives the offload. And there's numbers here for the Vodacom Bulls. Yanku Swanepoel
Jeepers,
gets
that's
bullied.
Two for no, Marcus.
Matanzima buries the head. Just need to go through a few phases now. Just need to go through a few phases. Calm
better.
things down. There's Eskom. Keep with our forwards. We look good. Just running out of options and the ball's so slow. There's Matanzima. Nice clean from the captain. Looking a little bit stretched now on defense on Lyon. If we can get this ball out now, I back us to do something. Looking stretched.
Ball's there.
Embro saying keep it with the forwards. Another pick and go around the ruck. Yanku Swanepoel looking to make amends. Got folded. Gives the ball out. Eskom. Difficult angle to clean from. The captain's going to go, but he's vulnerable.
This Lyon defense, Marcus.
That's a great clean. Whomever made that, I think it was Yanku Swanepoel, saved the day. Matanzima again, we're going to have to start going wide. This isn't working. In the middle of the field. Klopper, it's a good carry. Again, really good clean from the Vodacom Bulls. Looking a little bit more comfortable now in possession. Slip from Embros. Now we go backline ball.
Hendricks.
Stepping,
Nearly
going,
slips.
isolated. Embros gets hit. He holds on to it, and the penalty. I think it was Felix Lambert.
Yeah, this Lyon defense is holding so resolute. A defense that we thought, and the way they've played all season long is not great, but they're really in our faces at the moment. We can't get anything going. There's nothing happening for the Vodacom Bulls at the moment.
Yeah, it was Felix Lambert made the play. tackles tackles Ambrose, catches him in possession, and Ambrose then plays the ball on the ground after it spills out of his hand. So big play from number 4, Felix Lambe. But right now, Lyon seem to have fired their shots. They seem happy to stand back and just defend at the moment.
Yeah, they do, Marcus. They're happy to absorb the pressure from the Vodacom balls. They look so comfortable in their defensive structures, don't they? But now let's see. Let's get Janko up now.
The lineout's pretty much been a one-way street for Lyon at this stage. Can Janko do something here? This is bread and butter.
They don't contest
Don't
again.
contest, and they're going to maul it. Their maul looks so good. I don't understand. Their maul looks really good. Just can't concede a penalty here. That's great work, but here's Tuisova.
Oh, he's too
Ambrose
dangerous.
is never going to make that tackle, and this could be a try.
Quickly answers done
Quickly
so
Aronson
well.
kicks it out. It's going to be a 5-meter. But that is the danger of Joshua Tuisova. Look at him. He is an absolute freak of nature. That's a wing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not a hooker. That's a wing.
He's been the best player on the park, Marcus. Every time he's been brought into the game, he's made a massive impact.
David Crew, I think, thank his lucky stars that Tuisova puts this ball to boot. Look at, imagine having to tackle that. Look at the legs on the man. Then Aronson kind of spits off the shin of Curtly Aronson. Vodacom Bulls just one play from Lyon and they look so dangerous. 5-meter scrum. Lyon ball.
I'm Shanford saying give them all blade boot stocks. It'll help them from slipping. They're slipping and sliding out
they
there.
are.
Yeah, off, but we won't chat about that. I think he's still fine. He's just not getting nice clean
I'd
ball
like
at
to
times.
see. I'd like to see.
Zach at this
I'd
point.
like to see Zach play now.
Yeah, fair
Being
enough.
totally honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Orchid saying that wing is a freak show. He is.
Yeah.
He's an absolute freak show. And scrum not
penalty.
going our way, penalty. And again, we had our way, imposed our will on Lyon at Pretoria, totally annihilated their scrum. They've made 2 changes. In comes Demba Bamba, in comes Sebastian Talfafnua, and it's made the world of difference. Of course, Sim was a change, so is Klopper from what we started, but 2 different front rows, and right now, you favor Lyon at the moment.
Yeah, Marcus. And before the game, we spoke about how important the bench is going to be, and he even said how we might even need to get the bench on very early on in the game. I'm not going against that, Marcus. I think I might agree with you now, Marcus, in terms of what we're seeing, especially in the forwards, especially in that front row.
Yeah, Michelle saying they need to calm down. Sounds like they're playing scared and nervous. Agree 100%. And again, that scrum's getting crumpled. Absolutely crumpled. Brinks over the ball, but there's going to be a penalty again, and something has to give. We're going to have to do something with our front row. Can't carry on like this. We're on rollerblades at the minute, and we're going to have to make some changes quickly. Hate to say it. Would love to see Morne Smith on a tight head. As much as I love Francois Klopper, just need something different at the moment.
Yeah, we do, Marcus.
And Tanzima's getting minced there by
Yeah, he's also getting
by
minced,
Demba
Marcus.
Bamba, who's a French international, 24 caps, you know.
Yeah, you know,
It's
yeah,
tough.
yeah, you know, they know it's clockwork for them. You know, if you have Gerrie and Morne on there, you know, these guys are scrumming against top internationals week in, week out, and winning battles, Marcus.
Calm down, balls from Albertus Boyson. Best of commentators from US Porgita. Thank you, sir. US, you're always involved. Always backing us. Love it. Stay with the game plan from Albertus Boyson.
It's looking threatening. Oh, it's gone down immediately. There's be a penalty against Vodacom Bulls.
Bulls
We're
there.
getting a break. They're going to allow it to go. Got to make this tackle first up. There's Tuisova. Really good tackle to stop him. Jean-Marc Dusain looks for Lambe. Goes down instantly. Carl Brink looking to make an impact.
Arms out
penalty.
again.
He made the steal, but it's a penalty against Carl Brink. We cannot afford to lose a player now. Wayne Barnes, I just want to see what the issue is here. Nizam Khan might need to have a word with Wayne Barnes. But we can't afford to go 17-0 down for half-time. I assume they're going to go scrum here. Yeah, they are. And it's really ominous, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I really want to call on the coaches, Marcus. Come on, coaches. We need reinforcements in that front row. It's very harsh, that.
Made the steal
That's
there.
harsh, that.
I think the penalty's on Brink for not supporting his body weight there. That's fine. But the ruck just before that, I thought Eskom had all the rights.
Yeah.
Might be looking at something. Felix Lambe is going to go. looks like he's done his arm. So Lambe's off. Kind of a workhorse in the engine room. Done his shoulder.
Jean Ferreira saying, WTF, these commentaries, mad, talking about the Super Bowl commentary. You can hear how they're favouring Lyon. But Lyon have had a great game plan today. They are the better team so far, so I can see maybe why. We can't really hear the commentators in the Super Sport booth, but I can see why they are probably favouring them at the moment, because they're playing all the rugby at the moment. As well, Orcat's saying, I'm smoking like a house on fire with my nerves. My nerves are also cooking.
Okay, scrum time. Vodacom Bulls got off a little bit lucky at the last scrum. It collapsed. Ref allowed it to carry on. Can we work another piece of magic here? About 6 meters out. They've lost a real workhorse in the engine room in Felix Lambert, French international lock. But you feel that well-oiled Lyon machine will just carry on churning over. Jean-Marc Desagne, the veteran to feed. Hits is decent from the Vodacom Bulls.
Let's see now. It's a
No,
better
losing some
scrum.
ground. It's a good scrum from the Bulls.
Oh no, because
Second
popped,
shoves.
Kloppers gets popped
Kloppers
again.
off. Klopper's out, so got to make a change there.
Yeah.
Mornay Smith has to be on. Jean-Marc Desagne having his way with Jan Goosen. That is horrific. Absolutely horrific. No excuse for that. I'm sorry. Klopper gets popped. We all know that. But you're going to let a scrum half impose his will on you. You cannot allow that. You need to line that scrum half up and absolutely chop him in half. Jean-Marc Desagne, look at him here. He looks up, goes at Goose there, 6 meters out. He's driven Goose 7 meters. 6 or 7 meters, he's driven him. Tackle's just too high. Just got to go around the hips there. And that is very poor. Very poor. From an exceptionally gifted rugby player. Probably one of the most talented rugby players on the field. We all love Goose. But I think even he will acknowledge that was not a great contribution whatsoever. And right now, ladies and gentlemen,
I've seen this story so many times in Europe, Marcos. It happens every single time, more often than not. Every time we go to Europe, we play in these synthetic pitches and we just get dominated.
Just look, there's no confidence with the way we're playing. Like, you watch us play at Loftus and it's confidence personified. We look in control, chest out. But right now, we just don't, we look really nervous. We're like almost playing scared. Really nervous. And I don't understand why. We're a phenomenal team. We're packed with stars. Great coaching setup. Why are we so nervous when we play in slightly different conditions? I don't get it. I don't quite understand. Anyway, Vodacom Bulls 17-0 down. Get the restart. I mean, can we get anything? There's probably about a minute and a half left in the first half. Can we get something out of it? Got to make radical changes. Rigaud's running sideways, but there's no pressure on him. Yeah, exactly a minute and a half. Orange goes. He's a good carry, so isolated. And the steal penalty, and it's just an absolute disaster. It's an absolute disaster. Gonna need some changes thick and fast, because right now, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care who's listening. This is pathetic.
This is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Now, Jean Ferreira, I'm replying to me saying that's true. However, if you really listen to what they say, it sounds like the Bulls are the worst team in the championship, but we know the Bulls are the best. You know, I love that. I love the backing of the Bulls. Thank you for letting us know what the commentators are saying there, Jean. This is embarrassing.
About 20 seconds to go in the first half. Just can't concede again. Again, they're going to back them more. We're in big trouble now. Really big trouble. Moore's rolling. You imagine Wayne Barnes has his arm out at some point. He doesn't. Demba Bamba carries. I expect a flood of change. I expect 8 changes at halftime. Anything less, I think, would be a misjudgment. They've knocked it.
Knock. We needed that.
And we're going back for yellow
For who?
card.
Oh my goodness. Soma Tanzima.
That is the last thing we needed.
Just goes from bad to worse.
Madiba's copped some cheese. Vodacom Bulls are 17-0 down. Lyon have got a penalty. Yes, Lyon have got a penalty. They're about to kick into the corner. And from what we've seen, they'll probably score a bonus point try now.
No, this has been a disaster. Absolute disaster. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get what we're trying to do on the field at the moment. Line out, you imagine right now Leon's going to put your mortgage on them just rolling over. An injury to one of their players, doesn't really matter. They're going to just roll over here and score another try. And you'd imagine we're going to go...
There's Carl Godwin, he's an insane rugby player.
We're going to go into the sheds 24-0 down. You realise that?
Yeah. Bonus point down.
So brace for that, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the maul, and they start working 5 meters out. Put their scrum off in there. Sean Tuisova, they're pretty much putting the whole team back in their maul. Just now a few meters out, and it's going to go over for a try. And there you go. That is now, I mean, just... Yeah. Is there any fight whatsoever left in this Vodacom Bulls team? We hope there is. But now... Tries been scored. They've been absolutely marmalized in every facet of the game. Is there any comeback here? Is a comeback possible? You would think points-wise it's possible, but the way we're playing at the moment, it's pretty much, here's the ball, run all over us, and we don't have an answer. You've got Goose and Ambrose and Cornell in the middle of a maul.
Why?
We need reinforcements. We need our boys on.
No, we need to make 8 changes.
Yeah.
8 changes at halftime.
100%.
I want a new front row.
I want Goose off, unfortunately.
Yeah, Goose off, and I need
a new
Zartberger right now. I want Ulrich. On immediately with immediate effect.
Yeah.
Ruan Nokia
immediate effect.
Just provide some stability.
Yes, and especially another threat over the ball as well, Marcos.
The kick's over. So yeah, it is. It's 24-0. Okay, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm too angry to chat too much about this. It's been a shocker, absolute stinker by the Vodacom Bulls. We hate to say it. We love this team to death, but they haven't turned up. I'm not going to blame it on conditions. The conditions are fine. It's a bit chilly out. It's cold, but it's just been an absolute nightmare. So I still back my team to come back, hammer and tongs in the second half and do something. I hope a litany of changes will be made. Anything less, I think, would be too generous to the starters. 8 changes need to be made, at least 6 or 7, and hopefully we can mount some kind of fight back, because at the moment, we're looking absolutely nowhere. Can the Vodacom Bulls pull off a miraculous comeback victory, 24-0 down at halftime? We'll see you for the second half soon. Okay, hot off the press, couple of interesting stories here. First one, the red card debate. Henry Slade copped a claret. High tackle, obvious high tackle, wrapping the jaw of Kurt Janssen. Yes, first contact was made on the shoulder, slipped up, but still super dangerous tackle, clothesline tackle, taking his head off. A lot of people in Europe, especially in the UK, very adamant that it was not a red. Lukau and Dickey, his teammate who wasn't playing, went on and said, how soft is rugby? It was an obvious red card. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the rules and the way red cards are now given in rugby at the moment, but by the letter of the law, it was a red card.
100%.
Contact to the jaws are red.
Yeah, but I don't understand how, because I saw Mark, I nearly touched my ear. I saw how he apparently it got taken away, the sanction of the red card.
Yeah, they did. Well, afterwards, before a committee, they determined that it shouldn't have been a red.
Okay.
And therefore, he's not going to be banned, or not banned. He's not going to be suspended. He's going to be allowed to be included in the English squad for the Six Nations. So they now determined that maybe the level of force didn't meet the sanction of a red card. I disagree. Just as our current laws are applied, it's up to interpretation on the field. Looking at just with my eyes right there in front of me, I thought red by the current law. Does that mean that I think the way the laws are being interpreted now and the amount of red cards that are being dished out is correct, is good for rugby? Certainly not. It's terrible for the game. And I wanted to actually bring up, I don't know if you saw the game, the Stormers London Irish game. 2 red cards there. The first one, Mani Leborg making the line break, 2-on-1 overlap. He gets taken out. Direct head-to-head contact, straight red. But their coach, Les Kiss, comes out and is very vocal, saying he doesn't understand how it's a red. He thinks a penalty at most. And again, head-to-head contact by our law is a straight red card. So I don't get his thinking. Now, if he wants to disagree with the fact that it's a rugby collision, all of that should not be a red, that's something else we can discuss. But the referee was correct on the day giving out the red.
100%, Mark. And also saw on Dobbo, he also made mention that Dobbo, obviously, his team beat London Irish, right? But he made mention of how, the red cards are ruining the game a bit, but it's not the ref's fault, it's the law's fault. So that they need to look at how the laws, the ref is interpreting the law perfectly. Yeah. It's now that's why I say that the rugby law sometimes there's so many grey areas, so you don't really know which side you stand on.
Well, the one thing I'm a big proponent of, we chatted about it off camera, is a 20-minute red card rule that we're now trying out in the Southern Hemisphere in the Rugby Championship. I'm all for it. I think a red card, 20 minutes off, that player gets replaced. I think that's a big enough sanction for that player. And again, that player can be dealt with by IRB outside of the actual contest. Give him a 6-week ban afterwards. Increase the harshness, we want to call it that, or the severity of the ban after the game. Okay. But let's reduce the severity on field, because that player knows he'll be dealt with. He'll be out of rugby for 4 or 5 weeks. It's a massive deterrent for him on the field. But it doesn't end the game as a contest on the field when there's so many investors, so many fans. Everyone's, Springboks France. Yeah. Peter Toy was pushed by Kwagga Smith head to head. He gets a red, ends the game as a contest. Yeah. That's what I want to avoid.
Yeah, you know what, Mark? Me and you have gone back and forth on this, but how you've explained it now in terms of like the sanctions after the games, I think that's very important. That they have to get something harsh, because I always say that if a player gets a red card, he must get the full the full force of the law. Do you know what I mean? But if he gets that after the game, then maybe but also a red card in its nature, fundamentally, to get a red card is to be a man down on a rugby field for the rest of the game.
But rules can change, guys. 20 minutes, his game ends. He gets a red, he's done.
Yeah, got you.
Off for 20 minutes, you cop that 20 minutes without a man down, and then you have to replace that player. Again, strategy, it affects the team, it affects how the coach approaches the game. There's a lot of other factors that add onto it without totally killing the contest of the game. So, I'm 100% all for that. And
I have to concede that.
The one thing people are saying is that are the players getting it wrong, or are the refs and the law and IRB getting it wrong? We cannot keep blaming the players, because the laws have been this way for years now, several years. It's been this harsh. We can't keep blaming the players, unless every single player in rugby is getting it wrong, which I refuse to believe. Apparently, they're training it week in and week out, low body position when you make contact, changing the angles when flying into a ruck. But when you're playing a game at that level, at an elite level, you've got 215 kg behemoths going into a collision at a ruck. You're flying at an angle, and a player changes his angle by 1 degree, and suddenly it goes from being chest height to neck height. Again, with no ill intent, no malice. I just think we need to avoid totally killing a game with the red card for that. Okay. All right, Cakes, it's that time of the show where we bring on our guest this week. Another man needs no introduction, really. The Centurion, Lizo Kobona. Get it, sir.
Thank you, James.
Welcome, Skipper.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, Lizo. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Straight from training as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Like it's tough?
No, that was tough. But it's good. It's good. Need to get fit.
Yeah. And so lucky that it started raining just after you.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots to chat about, Lizo. First up, I think just your most recent cap, your century. It was against Lyon, if I'm not mistaken.
Against Lyon, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, the team we're playing tomorrow. So just a word on that, on winning 100 caps for this incredible union and getting it this season against Lyon, the team we're playing tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a time to reflect for me, and I'm just truly grateful for the opportunities that I got, over the years here at the Vodacom Bulls, and just grateful to my family as well for the support they've given me, and everyone that has believed in me, because I'm not a self-made man. I'm standing on the shoulders of prayer warriors and giants. That's my parents and my siblings that have always supported me, and even the people. When I started at Queensberry Club playing rugby as an 8th man, then I moved to Collegians, EP Kings, then I came to the Bulls. So, it was just time for me to reflect and see how far I've come, because we're always chasing, we always want more, but it's good to just look back and be grateful.
No, that's awesome. And,
We're going to go through all of this.
Yeah.
So we got questions lined up. Okay, so you
Yeah,
wanna go?
yeah. Just a quick one. I just wanted to start, at that point, just before the club rugby.
Yeah.
I was watching your game changer, and you said how one day you were just walking, and you kept seeing this guy driving up and down with rugby balls in his car, and then you asked him to play, and he introduced you to touch rugby.
Yeah.
I want to ask, are you still in touch with that guy?
Yes, we follow each other on social media.
Yeah.
Good
That's
guy, Quentin Hibner. He was my neighbor as well. So he played 10 and 12. Good guy, still in touch.
That's awesome.
So what was the story there? So you saw this guy driving with rugby balls. You'd never played rugby before that,
Yes,
right?
yes,
You played
yes.
soccer your whole
Yes,
life.
I played soccer, yeah.
And then what about that intrigued you to say you want to maybe give this a go?
Yeah, I've always been a sports person. I played soccer, did 100 meters, sprints, and I played everything. That was available back home. So I thought, try a new thing, and I didn't even know what position I was going to play. Then get there, ready to smash someone. Then they were playing touch rugby, because it's training. Then I started as an eighth man. That was nice. Then 2 years later, I moved to prop. Then I played both loose head and tight head collegians.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And you say, like Mark said, what intrigued you about rugby? Because what I just got from a lot of what I've read and watched of you is that you really were forceful in terms of making a breakthrough into the game. The calling of the CEO, the EP Kings, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah. What is his name? Is that Charles Dawan?
No. Oh, that's it. I must go there.
Yeah,
Charles
he's-
Nawan.
yeah.
He played for, they called it Verda Beast.
Verda Beast,
The
yeah,
Sharks.
but-
At the time, he played there. So what happened is I made my first team debut for the collegians against Mpangeni. So Charles, because the Sharks players, they release them to play clubs if they're not in the Super Rugby squad or Verda Beast on that weekend. So they released him, so he was playing. So after the game, he called me and said, "Bruh, you have such a raw talent, you're amazing, but you need time and you need to learn." He asked me where I come from. I told him I just started playing rugby and everything. Then he said, "How about you go to the smaller union, Border Bulldogs, SVDA or EP Kings, And then I said, what, I'll give them a call, because he said the teams like the Sharks, the Bulls, they want people who are almost ready, people who know rugby already, not people who are learning to play rugby now, which I understand. Then I started calling the EP Kings now at work, because I was working for a construction company after my graduation. And so basically every day I was calling them. And till
Persistence is key
100%,
sometimes.
until the CEO said, "Yes, sir, you're just persistent. Just come." Because they asked for videos, and I didn't have any videos of myself playing. They tried to call people ask about me and stuff like this, because I was doing club rugby. I'm calling EP Kings, then I went down.
So it really was just the persistence that got you
of the core,
the
yes,
trial. That's
yes, the
incredible.
calling.
That's insane,
Yeah.
eh, Mark?
Yeah. I
Yo.
refused to say no. I was
That's-
kicking the doors there.
For all the kids listening to this, I mean, that is
100%.
world class. That.
Yeah, thank you.
And then just quickly on that, Marcus, last thing about that, and then you got there, and then you obviously, and then you got a play shop, but you didn't get a contract, I don't think.
No, for 5 months I didn't have a contract there. I was staying at the hotel for a month. Then I got out, and they said I must come to training, That was 2011. Then I went to training. Remember, first day I didn't have shoes. I went in barefoot, in the gym.
Jeez.
And they said, "No, I can't gym barefoot." Then I asked my mom, gave me, I don't know how much. I think I bought shoes for 70 rands, techies, downtown. And I remember people laughing at me, because they've never seen that in a professional setup where someone comes in with the shoes, and when I walked, they were making noise. When I'm walking in there, and the people were dying, and I was offended,
Yeah.
But now that I've been in the professional setup, I understand that
The culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I was also shocked to see people with such nice, expensive techies, in one place. I'd never seen that in my life, and so that's how it started. And basically, I stayed with Milo Noho, a friend of mine. He gave me curtains. I was sleeping with his curtains. He gave me curtains. He was playing for sevens, didn't have blanket. And I remember this one time, Nas guy, we're still in touch. I actually saw him just before we went on holiday in December. And he gave me, I don't know what it was. I think it was pants or T-shirt. It was for Springbok Sevens now. And then I said, thank you. I appreciate it, but I will earn it. That was 2012. And I didn't want to buy any Springboks thing. I mean, we would go watch the Springboks play, people buying the T-shirts, the scarves, the beanies. And I said, no, I will earn it. And 7-8 years later, it happened.
So even then, this is not 2012, you're saying, where you've only just really gotten in the contract. You're already saying your goal was set on being a Springbok. It wasn't just, let me establish myself in for the Kings, which I think a lot of people would be a reasonably difficult goal. I want to actually go and be a Springbok.
People were laughing at me. There's a guy that we stayed with. He said, he told me, I went to see my in-laws in King Williamstown. He came to me, he said, brah, the truth is, I want to tell you now, we used to laugh at you. This guy is saying he's going to be a Springbok, but he's not even starting at the EP Kings. Remember, Jaco Engels was there, Clint Newlands, Slechter. So we had a lot of senior props at the time, and they were saying, no, this guy is dreaming, man. He just started playing rugby now. Never went to the rugby, these traditional schools, for rugby. Can't speak English, and now he thinks he's going to play for Springboks. He told me straight, and he said, look at it now. You actually the only one out of all of us that made it, because you were thinking like that, and you worked for it, you sacrificed for it. So that's the power of not stopping on your first no, or your second no, or your third or fourth no. Just keep going. If you believe in it, in your dream and in your vision, then, I think we give up too easily if it doesn't happen in 3, 4, 5 years. It happened 8 years later, so.
Okay, we are back for the second half at the Matmut Stadium, and we're going to try and be positive, but it's been an absolute drubbing. 24-0, Lyon over the Vodacom Bulls. KK, I said a hell of a lot at the end of that first half. Maybe you have 1 or 2 words there.
Yeah, Mark, it was really tough to watch. But I just want to apologize quickly to the YouTube supporters for not replying to your comments. I'm going to be designated man, YouTube man, because you guys have been really supporting us. Especially you, Papa Begifa. We are here, sir. We are here. Don't worry, we are here. And you guys can also win that awesome prize that we're giving away of 4 tickets in a suite. All you need to do is just comment and, give your words of support. And yeah, I love it. I love it. And saying, ETV Rugby, no way from Bopa there. I see it, no way from Leo Kotze. I love that. And then from Gideon Platzer, you guys are commentating better week after week. Thank you so much, Leon. Let's hope the rugby will be better.
Okay, so it kicks off. My goodness, I'm ready to throw this microphone down. We got absolutely marmalised at the breakdown. Go in off our feet, give Leon a penalty straight away. I assume, what are they going to do here? Just go for the scrum. We've still got a yellow card, a man down. We said, and there was comments flooding in about changes. What are changes going to be made? I think we all expected changes to be made.
Nothing.
I haven't seen a single change.
Are we throwing this game away, Mark? Are we actually... why are there no changes?
So Goose just got minced by that man. Tuisova, I think that's a bit of a harsh penalty for off feet. But Tuisova absolutely lined up the man they call Goose, pummeled him, folded him like a lawn chair. And this will be a penalty to Leon, probably going to go for a scrum. We're a man down, Matanzima's off. On comes Gerrie Steenekamp. We're going to lose a... No, we're not. We're going to lose a backline player.
Yeah, it looks like we might have sacrificed a backline player on the other flank.
Interesting to see whom perished, but scrum here, Gerrie Steenekamp in. Can he make a difference? Oh, Embrose Appear all over it.
Better?
All over it. Can he win the steal? No, he doesn't even go for it. Can we win a steal there? Got Marco van Staden. Nope. But they've been repelled back to the 22. Here's Tuifa Fanua. That's Sebastian, the younger brother of the Tuifa Fanua brothers, including Roman, the monster. Immediate impact from Gerard Senekam. Really love to see it. Okay, Bordeaux. Good tackle from the stand-in captain there, Nizam Kar. Still on the 22-meter line, loitering around there. Here's Demba Bamba. Big man, big ball carrier. Sebastian Tuifa Fanua
He's
again.
been so good.
Yeah, going to tuck and go. Quick ball, Bordeaux. Good tackle by Moody. Must be David Creel then, who's departed for now. David Creel may have seen... Oh, he hasn't. Well, Carl Brink, they're going to turn the corner now. There's numbers. Intercept.
Let's go.
Orange is off.
Go quickly.
Can he
Go,
make
son.
it?
Go, boy. Go. Show him your heels, son. Show
gonna
him your
score.
heels. Come on, man. Come on. Please, boys.
The question before we get too excited, I just want to see, was there a knock-on by a Vodacom Bulls player in the backline who tapped it into Curtly Orance's hand, which would make it a knock-on? I just want to make sure before I get too excited.
Please, Oaks.
To see this long ball from Arnold. No, it wasn't. Krill missed it. Straight into the bucket of Kanan Moody. He's going to score the try. Sorry, Curtly Orange is going to score it. Unbelievable, Vodacom Bulls. We said we needed a fast start to the second half if we want any chance of getting back into this contest. It was a terrible, horrendous start from the Vodacom Bulls. A man down. Scrum to Lyon, given the penalty away, and somehow we've come away with the meat. We've bagged 7 points. An interception from Curtly Orange. And if there was someone who's going to score it was going to be him, the man who scored 7 tries and 7 tests for the Springboks, playing lights out at the moment. KK, I can't wrap my head around how this script is flipped suddenly.
Yeah, I cannot answer Marcus, but I just at this point, what's happening on YouTube is really intense, Marcus. So Michael Lowe, I want to apologize to you, sir. We are reading your comments now. One of you guys could be the winners of this awesome prize we're giving away. I'm on here now. We're both on here. We are linked in to YouTube.
The kick from Goose is good. It's 7 points from the Vodacom Bulls to start immediately, 24-7. Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, strap in. Maybe this is the start of something from the Vodacom Bulls team. Of course, against the run of play, a loopy old ball from Toby Arnold, but Curtly Orange did so well to jump on it. Totally different player to the man he was up against there in Tui Sova, who's a physical behemoth. Orange, totally different, plays with guile, plays with poise, light on his feet, showed his worth there.
Yeah. Big time, Marcus. Now we're a man down still, but we did score an important try. Let's keep it like this now.
There's space out wide here. Orange, it's got Moody. He's going to kick. Moody's going to chase this. This is a wobbly old ball for Lyon. They've dropped 3 players back there. Tackles missed by Moody. You don't see that very often. And here comes Ethan Dumortier. It's a tough one for Goose. He's done well. Dumortier has caught him though. He's got to go to ground. He does now. They flood the breakdown. Vodacom Bulls at 6s and 7s at the minute. Ambrose finds his captain Nizam Kar. Tackles made. Ambrose again. Jeepers, what a catch. And he
What a
drops
take
it.
behind him.
He dropped it.
Bob asking, did we make any subs? No, we did not. We were also calling for it. Maybe we'll make some when Mantanzima's time on the bench, in the sin bin is done. Hopefully.
I think the coaching staff have said to these guys, you conceded 24 points, go out there and score 24.
Yeah.
Go respond. I think, and if they don't respond within 10 minutes, we're going to haul 8 off. But they have responded. Yeah. A man down has scored 7 points somehow.
Great choice.
There's a definite show of intent. I think we just go out there and fire a shot. I mean, 24-0 down, got absolutely nothing to lose. No one backs you to win this game. Go for it. Ball's out, Emrys Appear. Vodacom Bulls. Nice carry there from Janku Swanepoel. It's a bit of a mixed bag so far. Papier opts for the boot. The safety of the boot puts his laces through it. Finds Leon Baudou, who gets tackled and met and wrapped by Moody. And look at that counter there from Bismarck du Plessis, the veteran, saying they're all off their feet, and they were. Taufanua tackled by Ruan Vermaak. Embro, I tell you what, Wayne Barnes, not even looking at the vicinity of Bismarck du Plessis, won't give us anything at the moment.
Yeah, 7M22 saying bring on Chris Smith.
I'd love to see it. Wayne Barnes wouldn't give us a jug of water in a house fire at the moment. Absolutely nothing. Curtly
Good
Orange has
take,
taken
Curtly.
it so well.
Imposing himself now, Marcus, is Curtly Orange.
Look, we've got nothing to lose. Might as well. Go balls to the wall. Nice carry there from Gerard, who's had a huge impact. Moody, inside ball, does something at the line.
Roll now. He must roll. Okay, he's rolled.
That's a really good clean. Ambrose, scrappy old pill for him to Yanku. Unforgiving. Nizam's going to have to make a massive clean there. He does. He's done so well. The standard
Arms
captain.
out!
Free play. Vodacom Bulls. Can they do something? Bismarck. Look at him go down the wing. In the paint.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
Ambrose. Gerard Sennekamp. Huge impact from him in 6 minutes. Ambrose again. It's all Vodacom Bulls at the minute. Goose opts for a up and under for some reason. And we don't win it. I assume we'll go back for the penalty. Yeah, we do. Okay, offside, Lyon. Finally, something going the Vodacom Bulls' way. Tell you what, it was a horrendous start. I keep harping on it.
Horrible start.
We managed to repel and then score a try. And now it's been all Vodacom Bulls for 7 minutes that have flown by.
Yeah, what happened in the first half? It's just giving me flashbacks of horrible times last season, Marcus, where we just couldn't start a game properly. Do you know what I mean, Marcus? I'm a PTSD there. But let's come back harder now. Let's go another try, please, boys.
Tell you what, KK, 24-7 is not an insurmountable
not.
obstacle. It really isn't. 24-0 maybe after 50 minutes. 24-7 is a chance.
Yeah, and also remember, all we need is a point to go through. Obviously, we want to win this game. We need a point, so we can either get a losing bonus point or get a 4-try bonus point at this point, at this time. But we can't concede anymore, as Bopela said. Bopela Begiva saying, we can't concede anymore. We really can't, so you are so right. And Bopela again saying, maybe there was some big heaters in the changing room. Maybe there were, so.
Also, interesting call. David Creel's kicking for the line there. Fascinating. Haven't seen that before. But also remember, ladies and gentlemen, the bench that we possess at the moment, we've got 8 superstars to bring on. Let's say we're within touching distance with 20-odd minutes to go. If we can maybe score one more try, 24-14, 10 points in it, and then you bring on that bench, I almost back us. I really back us in that situation.
If we can score a try here, Marcus, it's game on. Big time.
If we can score a try here and bring on and flood that bench on, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for a hell of a second half.
And what I love about that is Simba Tanzima's time. He's nearly back on, Marcus. He just went off just before the half-time. So give it another minute, he'll be back on, and then we both to full aplomb. Great stuff. Yes, man! Squeeze! Squeeze! Come on, referee. He's off his feet, man.
Stood up. It stood up. And this will be a scrum to Lyon. No, it's not. We've got the ball. Somehow they salvaged it. I don't know how they did that. Here come the Vodacom Bulls again. How did they solve it? How did Lyon prevent that? I don't understand. Okay, good carry there from Eskom. Sets the base for Ambrose Papier. Looking for something, some willing kind of carrier. You'll find one in Bismarck du Plessis, who's still on his feet. He's still going to truck ahead. He goes to ground. Ambrose finds Gerard Sennekamp. He needs support rapidly.
Off his feet, Rev. Come on.
Again, he's down. That's such a good carry from Gerard Sennekamp. And another one from Ruan Vermaak. Nizam Kar, they're all offside. Surely they're offside, referee. Eskom. A few meters will do it, ladies and gentlemen. 1 meter perhaps.
Drip and drab, boys. Drip and drab.
Nizam Kar. Sideways, lateral. Yanku Swanepoel. Ambrose, I would keep it there with the forwards. Don't like that at all.
Has to go.
I hate that. I absolutely despise that decision. We'll go back for a penalty. What are we doing? Carry after carry, ground made. 2 meters out, 1 meters out. Why are we throwing a Hail Mary to the wing? Why are we doing that?
That's the 3rd time he's done that, and the 3rd time it hasn't landed. And he scratches his head, does the Grey Bloom old boy.
I'm Whopper Big Fist. Are we allowed to visit y'all at your stand during the Stormers game with the 18th KK?
Well, if you keep commenting, you could maybe win the prize. And also, if we can get your contacts, we can meet up after the game and have a couple of drinks together. But Whopper, keep them coming. Goosen again from Jan Tippett and showing his frustration about Goose's performance at the moment.
Grobbies is on. Mornay Smith is
Love
on.
it.
I assume the yellow card has rescinded. It has, I believe. So I assume Gerard Sennekamp is going to stay on.
Yeah.
Are we going to tap and go? Yeah, we do. A meter out. We over the line. Is it down? It's been knocked on. Can you believe it? It's been knocked on. The carry from Eskom was sensational, and then he just drops it over the line. Look at that. Well, his knees were down. I mean,
Tough old call.
it's going to be a goal line restart for Lyon, but at least we Shanfrin saying, Mark, take another sip. Yeah, I'll keep doing that as the game goes on, and Carl Brink drops the ball, luckily backwards. He's going to wind up for one. Just think that was a golden opportunity we couldn't pass up, and we did. And here we go. Kick again. I'm
sick of it.
Makes me ill to be that close to a try and to just bottle it. I don't understand. Don't understand. Lyon, don't bottle it on the line. Why are we doing that? We have all the talent in the world. We have the opportunities in the world. 24/7, the game is not dead. Here's David Kriel. Just our own worst enemy. He beats the line. It's a good carry from David Kriel. Ambrose Papier, that ball needs to go out the back door. It does. And again. And again. And here is Eskom against Tuisova. Lines him up. Jeepers, the rain is pummeling down. Is that snow or rain? Wow. It looks difficult. Here's Gerard. Steenekamp.
Hold on to the ball, boys.
You probably don't want to be down in these conditions. And then there's a penalty for crossing. It's a really tough call because Creighton makes the tackle, so it had really no impact. But Wayne Barnes, of course, he's going to blow his whistle. Of course he is. It's Wayne Barnes.
The new Wayne Barnes, not the old Wayne Barnes. Horrible.
Ben Libovitz saying, Bulls focus and win, please. How we would love that. I'll take Chris Smith all day over a Goose. I won't say that.
Again, ball spits into touch. This will be a Lyon line out. Changes surely in the reckoning now. 51 minutes gone. Orense has a go at Dumortier. Dumortier kind of just shoves his head into the chest of Orense. Orense goes out. Surely changes now. There's enough time to salvage this game. Please. Ulrich Lowe. Ruan Nokia. Chris Smith.
Yes.
Zach
Burger.
Nothing. Line out from Marchand.
Yes, we've got it, Mark. Oh, and he slipped it, man. Yeah. Come on, man.
We lost it. It's just, it's. Hussein, up and under. It's a really good one. Moody. Oh. Of course, they've won it.
They're winning all the 50-50s.
Yeah. Carl Godwin. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Backdoor, but you got to make that tackle, Azam. You've got to make it. Nice tackle from Vermaak. He's trying. Dumortier, Ambrose makes the hit. It's just like time running out rapidly now. Had our opportunities and we didn't take them. Bordeaux, the fly half, retreated fullback. Surely this is a penalty to Vodacom Bulls. No. Ball straight onto Orense. He's going to offer the boot. This better not go out on the touch. Better not go out on the full. Should I say it's a great bounce for the Vodacom Bulls. It's a phenomenal bounce. Can Orense get up there for Arnold? They're saying it's forward. Wayne Barnes says, go for it. No problem. Throw it forward as long as you're in a red jersey. I don't care. I'm going to retire soon anyways. Here's Wandi Simelane who just drops it like a bad habit. It's just pathetic.
You have to hold on to that, Wandi. You have to hold on to that, son. And it is snowing a little bit, as you can see on Wandi's hair. It's raining, a bit of snow. Tough conditions.
Changes, please. Some changes, please. Something.
They're making the changes.
Changes for Lyon. Changes for Lyon. They're going to flood the bench. Totally new front row. In comes Liam Coltman for Marchand, who's had a really, really good game. Talfanua has also had a really good game.
He's been sensational.
Yeah. So far, nothing really for the Vodacom Bulls. Here's Talfanua. Dumortier got hit by Ambrose. I don't know if they're trying to look at something here. Why are we looking at this replay? Pointless.
Yeah, absolutely pointless by Supersport.
Demba Bumba's off. That's great. I assume they're going to lose their scrum dominance now without Bamba.
Let's hope so, Marcos. Because we've got some big boys on the pitch now. That bench you spoke of before the game, it could be the defining factor in us going through without having to worry about other games. Now is the time for them to shine. Morne Smith, Gerrie Stennekamp, and Johan Grobler.
25 minutes and some change to go. I mean, there's more than enough time. 2 converted tries put you in touching distance. But you're going to have to do something now. I mean, you had the opportunity. You were practically over the line, knocked the ball on. I can't see this Lyon team now at scrum time dominating us. That's our starting front row. It's their second front row. It goes straight down. There should be a penalty to the Vodacom Bulls. Lyon will... it won't be given by Wayne Barnes, of course. Morne Smith, I tell you what, he's licking his lips here. He won the hit. Morne Smith won. Rion Scott saying discipline. Remember, we are giving away 4 sweet tickets to Vodacom Bulls DHL Stormers, 18 February. You'll be in a suite, VIP experience, all drinks, all meals paid for. All you have to do is get active in the comments, ask questions, share the post, make comments, get involved. The most active person will win that prize. You've got to share the post, though. You have to share it.
Yeah, very important. Yeah, Marcos, and on that note, Annie Nicholas saying, Bulls win for Jake. Please. Bulls, we need some magic. Come on, Bulls. Yeah, we do need some magic. Please, boys.
Again, so much time taken over by these resets. That's really irritating me. The clock just keeps ticking. I still don't understand in the sport why we allow the clock to keep ticking.
That must
when
stop.
we have resets. It just makes no sense to me.
It's either that or give extra time like they do in other sports, Marcos.
Keenan saying lucky try, otherwise the score would have been 24-0. I mean, fair enough, but you could also argue unlucky that we didn't score when we were over the line and knocked it on. So I think those two cancel each other out. Therefore, score 24-7 probably makes sense.
Yeah.
Scrum time. Morne Smith has got one over his opposite number. I'm telling you right now, he's licking his lips.
He's got the hit again.
Scrum's going to go down. It's not.
They look
solid
dominant
though.
there.
Looking strong over. Out the back door, Tuisova, got to stop him. Ball wildly out to Dumortier. Orense, you're not going to step him. Makes the tackle. Bordeaux gets munched.
Over that now! Van
He's
Staden.
off his feet. He's got to leave it. Please leave it, Van Staden. Off your feet.
Tuisova.
Here's Tuisova again. Just allowed to impose himself. Here come Lyon turning the corner. It's so bad. It's just horrific. It's absolutely awful. And the try is going to be scored by Lyon Bordeaux, the fly half, who's 6'5" and change. And it is pretty much game, set, match right there. And I don't really understand why changes are not being rung.
How do we slip? I want to see how we slip tackles there in the midfield.
They're happy with Tuisova. Yeah, but you can't have Gerard Sienekamp in midfield up against a backline player. I mean, that's not what you want to see. No props making that tackle. So just a miscommunication in terms of the structure of our defense.
Suck in there.
I was sucked in.
Boom, yeah.
Tickets, really.
Yeah, all our big defenders in the midfield got sucked in. Colin Hendricks was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, we've just been absolutely dominating every aspect of the game. Tactically, physically, at times. Just, yeah. Horrible.
Comments streaming in. Alberta saying, "Great tackle the ref for a replacement." Marcus saying it's game over. Rion saying it's getting embarrassing now. Ach no man, what the hell, says Sean. And then
Ben Libovitz asking where are the replacements. Yeah, that's what Mark's been crying for. That's what we've both been crying for, sir.
I don't understand where the replacements. I don't understand why we haven't made replacements. 24-0. It can't get worse than that in the first half. It cannot get worse. Why not make some subs? Just try something. I mean, you got a 1% chance of winning the game at 24-0 at halftime. Maybe a 1% chance if you're lucky. What do you have to lose by throwing the dice and doing? Okay, we're looking at something here. We might be looking at obstruction. No. Awarded. 29-7. 31 kick was over. 31-7 to Lyon. They bottled the restart. This could be a try for Ruan for Mark. I think he's going to run it in. We're going to go back for a knock-on. Are we sure there was a knock-on there, Wayne Barnes? Why not at least let the play continue and then go back and look? CMO?
Yeah. Like every other sport, go back and look rather. Was there a knock-on here? That's obvious.
There's no knock-on! There's no knock there! Try! Wayne Barnes, that's a
There
try!
was no knock there. There's Mapu. There was no knock there. It was knocked backwards for the Lyon man. Absolute BS.
That's a try. Wayne Barnes has just wiped a try out for the Vodacom Bulls because he's an incompetent idiot. Disgraceful. Again, shocking. Refereeing in rugby is appalling at the moment. Pathetic, Wayne Barnes.
Sheer frustration, my boy. Absolutely appalling by Wayne Barnes.
Just give them the game, you lidless idiot. Sick of you, Wayne Barnes. I used to actually respect Wayne Barnes after his absolute stinker in the Borks France game. Pathetic little human being. Pathetic little man. Got a few other names lined up. I'm going to leave it for now. Just wiped the try off the board. That was a try for the Vodacom Bulls. Disgrace. Anyway, here comes Lyon again. What is there to say? 20 minutes to go. Try wiped off. What do you do now? What do you do now?
All we can hope for at this point, Marcus, is try to score 3 more tries so we can make it into the next round of this competition without having to look at any other games.
Tries. Ball stripped by Lyon. Here they come again on the counter. They're going to kick.
Bopa loving your passion, saying, Mark, I love your passion there.
Wandi Simulani tracking back.
That's not passion, sir. That's anger. Pure anger there. It's
Make
heated.
clearance. This ball was just so easily stripped off of DK, though. By Dumortier. Just too easy. Just too easy. From a man who's red hot, and we are the biggest David Creel fans you'll find in the world. He won't be happy with that.
Yeah, I love it that Ben, the positivity saying, Bulls, you are winners. Not tonight, but yes, we are proud people, and that's why we get so upset when the boys perform like this and such calls are made against our team.
19 minutes to go at Matmut Stadium. Godwin, good hit on him by Eskom. Coltman, the 8-cap All Black. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of that bugger. It's Tua Fanua. It's a monster. Absolute monster. Bodu, it's just too easy. You got absolutely smoked. Here's Toby Arnold, 35-year-old.
I'm pretty sure there was an obstruction
there's a
there.
knock on there. Surely there's a
before
knock
that.
on. Yeah, finally, Wayne Barnes is going to finally call it a knock on. After effectively ending the game as a contest, Wayne Barnes.
Thought there could have been obstruction there coming soon. You see?
Yes,
No, it's
Ruan
not.
for Mark pretty much killed, but I'm really loving Ruan for Mark at the moment.
He's
So
played
Wadrock
well
in the
today.
back, He's put his hand up and said, you know, I'm actually going to play. He's been really good. I'm really, really impressed with his rugby. I'm really impressed with his rugby.
Yeah, he's playing great rugby, Marcus. Physical impetus.
Impetus.
Impetus, yeah.
Impetus is Wayne Barnes.
Yeah, he's
Impotent.
impotent.
He's impotent.
He's
He's
impotent,
impotent,
100%.
Little carrot.
Lidless Larry.
Yeah.
Becky was saying, hope in his arm. Sorry, Marcus. Becky was saying, hope in his arm is making the guys aware that we need 3 tries to qualify, but they will still qualify for the challenge. No, we don't want the Challenge Cup, though, Mr. Bopa. We want Champions Cup round of 16.
I think he means to go through, surely. Is he not saying to get the 1 point qualify?
But hey, we still qualify for the Challenge Cup.
Oh, okay,
he
yeah,
knows
I
what
see.
he's talking about. He's a rugby brain.
Sean saying, Mark, tell them, Michelle saying, Mark, I think the ref should thank his lucky stars that he's far away. I will absolutely rinse little Wayne Barnes.
Here we go, finally. Auriglo, Ruan Nokia.
Is it too little, too late? 19 minutes, actually 18 minutes to go.
Could be, Marcus. Let's get that PP, boys. Let's not.
Albertus.
What did Albertus say?
There's a great comment from Albertus.
How's Alberti?
Wayne Barnes acts as if his mother is a man.
Cheapers.
No. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
It's a big scrum.
Flows on for Carl Brink. Hopefully our scrum, we can get underneath ourselves here and do something. I feel 18 minutes to go. We've just left it too late, unfortunately. Should have another try on the board. Should be 31-14. No doubt about that. Again, they're scrumming early. It's bizarre. Mornay Smith staring at Wayne Barnes, saying, what the hell's going on here? And they've won the ball. Ambrose Papier might have done a number in terms of holding that up. Great work from Ambrose.
What, Bonds? Make your call. Buying time. What's the call, Bonzi? Hold up.
No, there's no call from Wayne Barnes. Only call is that his shorts are too high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jonathan Freer saying, yes, too late, poor management. I'm surprised by how late the changes were made. I'm sure, obviously, coaching staff has a plan that we aren't privy to, so they know better than we do, of course. But I am surprised at how late the changes were made. Anyway, here are Leon.
I just hope we haven't thrown this game away.
Oh, I think it's too late for that, mate. I mean, 17 minutes to go. It's pretty much tickets now. 31-7 is the score. Dusain. Everything's going their way as well. But again, there's two players onto Jan Goosen. There's not much he can do there. He's totally isolated. They flood the breakdown. It's not coming down. I mean, there's just this.
Can't win.
It's been a night to forget for the Vodacom Bulls. It really has. I thought Gerrit Senekamp's had a good impact. Saliba's made the steal there, I believe. No, he hasn't. But Vodacom Bulls have looked kind of rudderless.
Yeah.
Rudderless.
Yeah, Jan Tippett can't catch, can't tackle, can't expect us to win the game. 100%. Agree with you there, sir.
Fortunately, 31-7 is... It's not really a contest. It's we got shoved.
Oh my goodness, that is so embarrassing. Vodacom Bulls.
I don't know how that happens.
I've never seen that from the Vodacom Bulls.
Gerrit Senekam is an incredibly powerful scrummager. I don't know how that happens. Mornay Smith as well. I mean, he was popped up and he stared at the ref. I have to believe there was something else going on in that scrum. I can't believe that a second string Lyon front row has marmalized Jan Grobela, Mornay Smith, and Gerrit Senekam. I refuse to believe that.
Especially after what our second team did against Lyon, Marcus, at Loftus Versfeld.
Yeah. Here come the Vodacom Bulls. They're going to try and spread it.
Sixes and sevens.
Cornel Hendricks.
No plan.
There's a shoulder charge there by Tui Sober. Not called. Again, look, Bordeaux will do this all day. Sorry, Lyon will do this all day long. They'll drift defend. They're not going to rush. Drift defend, push you out, you kick. We've got 3 men back. We'll collect and kick it back on you. And it's the easiest thing in the world to defend.
Yeah, this is so up for it, Marcus. And then Nicholas saying, you two give us a good show. Thanks. I like the way you comment. Love that.
Orchid saying, we can't use the cold conditions as an excuse. When Lyon came to Loftus, they almost beat us at altitude. And that is 100%.
Agreed.
It's one of the best comments I've read so far from Orchid. That is totally accurate. If they did not use, we can't use altitude as an excuse for them, as we cannot use snow and cold as an excuse for us.
100%.
Again, another knock on it. It's not good enough. It's not good enough for a team that holds themselves to a higher standard. And you can think I'm being harsh, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you now, these players are 10 times more difficult and tough and harsh on themselves than I am on them. We're obviously the biggest Vodacom Bulls fans you will find. We love our team. We back our team. We know this is not good enough from our team. They know it's not good enough. I know they will bounce back next week.
Yeah, we have to bounce back. We have to bounce back. There's no other way, Marcus, and I fully agree with you. And, all I'm looking at now with just 15 minutes to go, just under 15 minutes to go, is just to end this game off on a good note, Marcus. Try get in touching distance and just try and make sure that our defensive lines are well. It's just so easy for them to run in, Marcus. And like Marcus said, we are big Bulls fans. I'm just so disappointed. I'm gobsmacked at this point. And he goes, Tuifano goes off. He's had such a big game, the big huge number game. 5. And it's a great thing that he's off the pitch now.
Nice question from David, or comment, should I say. You guys seem to rate Mornay Smith at 3. Come on, guys. So obviously, David, you don't. Fair enough, sir. As I'm about to defend Mornay Smith, he gives away a penalty at the scrum. I am a fan of Mornay Smith. I think he's a good, solid tight head. I think
he's improved.
He's got some way to go. Of course, he's a young player. He's a young tight head. Tight heads only really get into their prime at 26, 27 years old. So he's still several years away from that. I was one of the biggest proponents of us signing a big-name tight head. Ala Volkolo, we've now signed, who fills that category. Volkolo will be the starter next season. We all know that. But I think Mornay Smith can be groomed into being a starting tight end one day. It's going to take some time. He'll learn behind Volkolo. I think that's where he should be. Expecting him or propelling him straight into a tight end jersey in the Heineken Champions Cup, scrummaging against some of the best in the competition, is a tall order. And I think he's done really well. He dominated Stephen Kitsoff
Scott
at Greenpoint in Cape Town. He dominated Scott Seo, 69 cap Wallaby. So there's certainly the talent is there. The physical tools are there. He just needs some more time and experience.
And also, sir, you must also remember that he's coming on in a game where the Bulls are on the rollerblades already, so it's tough to try get any dominance, especially at scrum time when your team is already against it all. But Mornay Smith is a pure talent. I'll tell you that much. Like Marcus said, Volkolo is coming in to push for his position.
And then knock on from Ulrich Lowe. And
I just saw at this point I don't even watch this game.
We've been clamoring for Ulrich to take the field, and he knocks the ball. Ulrich is playing lights out at the moment. I still think he's the best eighth man in the country at the moment. So again, it just looks like it's just not going well. It's just it's different.
I'm just finding solace, Marcus, with the comments and the support base of the Vodacom Bulls, because every time I look up, it's just an absolute dog show at the moment.
Like this one from George, or is it George or Jorge Garcia? Sorry if I'm butchering your name, sir. I just learnt a new word, marmalized, slang to beat soundly or defeat utterly. Thrash, yes. That I love that word.
Marmalized.
This is one of my favorites, but thank you very much. So yeah, we have been thoroughly marmalized this evening.
And we're about to get to cop some more now.
Surely that's a knock there. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, you will not know the pain and heartbreak it is to commentate a game like this when your team is getting dominated and you have to try and be positive and you have to try and back the boys. But we are a very different commentary team. We don't do that. But
Wow. Yeah, we try not to do that.
Carl, so what
Oh my goodness, Colonel Hendricks about to cop some cheese here now. Just watch this, Marky.
You reckon?
Watch. Here we go. Boom.
Oh, no, it's fine. That's fine.
Oh, is that fine? No, it's fine.
It's on the chest. That's all right.
Okay. Trailing.
That's all right.
The other angle looks a bit worse.
But, they're about to score another try. So it'll be 38 safe. That's the worst, is that we know they're going to score a try here. It's inevitable. Surely we should have some faith that we're going to prevent this.
If you look at our team last year, we probably have a lot of faith of us defending this, but now we're probably going to score a try.
There it is. Up to the 4-meter line.
There you go.
The try, almost a meter out. Can we repel it?
Leon about to go over the try line, trying to repel.
1 shot, 2 shots. We've been in this position so many times in terms of us being a meter out from Leon and we couldn't get over the line. Why is it so easy for them to do it? Here we go, 1 more carry from them. Can we stop it? With 10 minutes to go at Matmut Stadium. We've done a number here. We've repelled them about 3 meters. It's really good work from our defense. Pack climbs in at the breakdown, floods it.
Come on.
Vodacom Bulls. I take everything I just
Something, please.
Well done, boys. Genuinely well done there. That was good fight.
Yeah, that was
really good fight to repel them, flood the breakdown when it was up, win back possession.
Yeah, Anne Nicholas saying love Mornay Smith. I love that as well. And then he says, she says again, I'm still a fan. Always will be. Never supported another team, and we love that. Ons bloed us baie blow.
Yeah. So David saying I think Klopper might be the better prospect, and fair enough if you have that belief. I think Klopper's walked a very different path in terms of varsity cup level, and then coming to the Vodacom Bulls just this season, and then making an impact. And he's been really good. He was really good on Pink Day. So I like Klopp as a prospect as well. I think obviously Mornay Smith is the more refined, polished player, but I like Klopp. I think we've got 2 really good prospects. I don't think anyone is saying these are 2 established tight heads that are now knocking on the Springbok door. Both are young players. We're going to have to polish a little bit more and propel them into eventually being established starting tight heads. Right now, obviously, Mornay Smith is slightly ahead.
Yeah, of course, yes, I was about to say, Marcus, the only thing that Mornay Smith has, we have another penalty now. What Mornay Smith has over Klopper is that Mornay Smith has played in big rugby games against big players. So he's got that experience against playing playing against internationals. So whereas Klopp doesn't. Maybe Klopp has gotten more game time along the line. You know what I mean? Playing the varsity cup role, and he's probably more, your classic number 3. But let's see what happens. But Mornay Smith for now is our number 3, and Volkalo is coming in. So that's so big for us.
It's Christmas time. He's on. Moses saying Bulls will score another try. I can feel it. Hopefully we can part the defense like the Red Sea there. That'd be phenomenal, Moses.
Oh, I love that. Caught it late.
Here's on. Just too little, too late. You know. I thought at half-time we could have brought Rowan Nakia on to steady the ship. Chris Smith on to steady the ship. Carl asking, what do we need to qualify? So we need a point to qualify, to guarantee our qualification, which we're not going to get now, unless we can do something crazy. We're going to have to rely on other teams. We'll have to look at the ramifications, the permutations. Will only be determined tomorrow. We're very close. We're probably in the driver's seat to qualify, but if some things don't go our way, we could fall out of favor. Yeah. So it's as tight as that. Yeah, Shan saying we're not out the race. We certainly are not the race. As Ruan says, again, 1 point required. I don't think we're going to get that this evening, but a couple things should go our way. And
if I'm not mistaken, I think Edinburgh.
We need Gloucester to lose.
We need Gloucester to lose, and they should, and they're not the favourites to win that. But I actually bet on them. But like, but now I need them to lose. Like, they're part of my parlay, so it's done. That's done, yeah. Marcus. So if they need to lose tomorrow, yeah.
Again, the danger of Ethan Dormontier, and I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we might not take particular pride in our performance this evening, but we can at least tip our cap to Ethan Dormontier, 21-year-old wing from France. I'll tell you what, that is a special talent. Look out for him. I assume he's in the Six Nations squad. He might not be. If he's not, he should be on the plane very soon because he is a phenomenal talent. Look at him go.
He's so good, Marcus. And also, let's tip another one. I know he wasn't involved there. The other wing, Marcus, Joshua Tui. So we speak about him all game long. What a performance.
He's a nuclear weapon.
My goodness, Marcus. He is literally a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, they are weapons of mass destruction, supposedly in the axis of evil. There's one more sitting in Lyon.
Yeah.
He is an absolute behemoth. He's a one-man demolition job. Joshua Tuisova, we talked about him in the pre-show, so dangerous. Orchid, nice comment here saying Racing 92 is playing Leinster, so they will lose. Of course, we need them to lose, but we need Gloucester to lose as well. So, yeah. So you expect Racing to lose to Leinster, although Racing are a pretty good team. They only just beat Harlequins, still a good team, but they should lose to Leinster, of course, the best team in the comp. But we need Gloucester to lose. So, it's effectively, Vodacom Bulls fan, you got a big game this weekend. We need Gloucester to lose.
Yeah. And what's not great about that, Marcus, is that yes, we will make it through if hopefully if everything goes our way, but we'll probably have an away round of 16 clash if I'm not mistaken.
And if our away form at the moment is anything to go by, that's not great. But we do forget that we were the team that went up to Dublin and beat Leinster, a team with a 95% winning percentage in the Vodacom URC. We went up there and we defeated them.
Yeah,
so we can do it.
Yeah.
On our day, we can do it. We don't look like we can do much today. But on our day, when we're properly revved up, with our best team starting, we can do it. We are capable of big things.
Yeah,
and as Orchid says, Gloucester
playing Bordeaux, and Bordeaux haven't been great.
Bordeaux pretty terrible. I like the chip from Cornwall. It might not find the man he intended, but it's probably the right option. Again, it's that man, Ethan Dormontier. That should be a turnover for Lionel Mapu. He got well over it, and he did very well, the Honey Badger, Winnie the Pooh, as you call him. Very good work there from Lionel Mapu. Counters on here for the Vodacom Bulls. Obviously, just playing for pride now. Yeah. No one's more proud than Cornwall Hendricks playing in his 50th cap for the Vodacom Bulls, a man who was, at one point, not allowed to play rugby with the heart condition. Wandi Simulani's done a real job there out wide. Steps back into midfield. He's beaten
Hold on to it, son.
Beaten 3, and that's exactly what you need. Don't throw the Hail Mary offload. Nice ball out to Ruan for Mark.
Nice,
He's been sensational. There's the man on his 50th cap. No one deserves a try more than him. Probably knocked on, and it is. Nizamkar bangs, thuds the deck in frustration.
Yeah, Moses Olafia, the man who wrote the 10 Commandments on one poll, saying, "Thanks, Bulls. I now have to hide for a week from rugby group." From a rugby group, yeah. I think we're all gonna have to hide at some point.
We're not when we enter, or at least What to say when you go to the office?
Oh, that's Loftus.
Yeah, I know.
We'll go hide there.
Everyone else is not like it. Yeah, it was a great break, David. Similani was brilliant. Not point. Okay, so Conroy saying, quick question, we need 1 point, so why not send our best team from the start? I wish I could answer that, Conroy. It's a great question, and I tend to agree with you. We need a losing bonus point, which you obviously aren't going to get with 4.5 minutes to go at Matmut Stadium.
Matpot.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, but I'm not privy to the decision by the coaching staff. I'm not going to try and get into their heads.
Yeah.
They know far more about rugby than I will ever know.
Yeah.
And as a result, I have to back them and support them that they're making the right decision.
Yeah, I think you're a bit harsh on yourself there, Marcus, but I won't go too deep into that in terms of how much you know about the game. And, as an observer of the game, trust me, what you think, you cannot say.
Again, that scrum looked brilliant by the Vodacom Bulls. Dominance. But yeah, really just want this to end now. About 3 minutes to go. There's always Ricky Lowe. Okay?
My man.
There'll always be Ricky Lowe.
100%.
And
so.
mates. There'll be Ricky
mates.
Lowe and mates.
100%. There'll be mates, there'll be Ricky Lowe. And then when these boys come back and take on the Stormers. And remember, last shout, guys. Last shout. We're giving away 4 tickets. 4 sweet tickets. Unbelievable price. 2 Loftus Festival, drinks, food, all included. And Mark and I will come pop in. I'll make sure to get your boy Mark up there. It can be tough sometimes.
I'll be there.
We'll make a plan to get in the suite, have a couple of dopes with us. You guys can watch the game and eating and drinking and have the fun of your times. Fun of your lives, sorry. All you need to is like, comment, and most importantly, share. And then also, remember, just go have a look at the podcast we had in the middle of the weekend with Lisa Koboka. It's really great chat, a great insight from Lisa Koboka about the game, about how he, how he grew into his position, how he, climbed that rugby ladder, as if I may say. Great podcast there.
Nice comment there from Keenan, who's certainly not been our ally this evening. And fair enough, Keenan, you said that ball was out. I agree, it was out. Rolled beyond the scrum half's last foot. So, agreed, should have probably been a penalty to the Vodacom Bulls. We're not getting the rub of the green this evening. 1 try wiped out by that little man in yellow, Wayne Barnes, who I keep saying this, I thought he was the shining light in terms of referees in world rugby. I thought Wayne Barnes was truly the piece de resistance, but he's not.
Piece de resistance.
He's awful. He's awful.
100%.
He's an awful man in tight pants. And he's had an absolute stinker once again, literally wiping out a try. The Vodacom Bulls should have scored.
Yeah, our bird person saying we have to respect the coaches. I agree with you 100%. We love the coaches. They put a plan in place, and sometimes we need to blame the players. But we can talk about that another day. There's a plan in place, execute, and the players didn't execute. Yeah. Too many silly mistakes, Albertus. I agree with you there, sir. And then Oka Gravison saying that was an amazing pod with Lizo. It was great.
Thanks,
Thank you so much, Oka.
Appreciate that, sir. We enjoyed it. We had a nice conversation with Lizo. We put a lot into it. I thought it was a very beneficial conversational chat with a centurion of the Vodacom Bulls, Lizo Koboka, a legend.
Yeah.
And perhaps we need to start asking the question, why is Lizo not in the reckoning for this game? And I don't want to... That's why. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there,
son. Leave it there, sir. Leave it there. And then also, Mark and I have got some ideas in terms of our podcast next week. As we again, Joshua Tuisova getting away, we have some ideas of who should get in the pod next week. Obviously, the boys are on tour at the moment, so we've got a couple of the Curry Cup boys, some of the younger guys who are injured. Who do you guys think maybe you would like to see a chat with Mark and I? There's a couple of guys.
So obviously none of the Oaks on tour. We can't get any of them. Yeah. So we're looking at guys like James Veritiam. Yeah. We're looking at Miklali Mosi, Humzile Makundwana. We're looking at Keegan Johannes. Yeah. So we're getting 1 or maybe even 2 of those. Maybe comment. Who would you like to see?
100%.
And then obviously next week or the week after we'll bring in one of these boys at Christmas. We'll bring in one of these Oaks in. Marcel saying, "Hey boys, thanks for the coverage. It helps being in Japan." Lakaman, I appreciate it, Marcel. I was in Japan for the World Cup 2019. Had to get one of those in.
And then Keenan saying,
absolutely loved it, by the way.
Yeah. And then Keenan saying, I enjoyed you guys commentating. Thank you so much, Keen.
Penalty, Vodacom Bulls from the scrum. Told you what, that right there, that should have been happening from the start. David Seal, JF van Heerden, the brilliant young talent from Grey. Agreed. I've heard a lot about this kid. I know Neetling for sure, the tight head prop for the Stormers, was singing his praises. JF van Heerden, this is our big boy. So we've been saying we're lacking some monsters at tight head lock coming through the system. We're saying we're not getting those behemoths like an Achia, like an Earburn, like a Lewitt, like a Jason Jenkins. There's a kind of a shortage of those kind of folks. This JF van Heerden, he's a real prospect for Grey. Matric, he looks really good. Watch out for him in the next 2 to 3 years. Vodacom Bulls, final attack for them. In the red, time's up. So all just pride really now. Consolation try potentially on the table.
And then how's that, Marcus? My tablet gives up as well. It's like, I'm done with this. Shutting down. I've got a winner, I think, already there. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Imbros, surprising that Zach didn't even get a sniff of the field.
Yeah, nothing there.
Interesting. Obviously wanted to give Imbros a full 80 minutes. I think that's been knocked on. That'll be that. That's and probably a fitting way to end the game because the Vodacom Bulls looked totally, how do I say this kindly? Totally different to the Vodacom Bulls we are used to. This was, I'm hoping we can chalk this up to a bad day at the office, but a 31-7 demolition job against a team that is certainly not a French giant, a team that has now just got their first win of the Heineken Champions Cup, a team that only had pride to play for. They can't make it through. So we now have a record of 2-2. You would have liked that to be 3-1. You would have been happy with that kind of return. So now our destiny is no longer in our hands. We require Gloucester to lose this weekend. Should we make it through, we need Racing to lose as well. They will lose to Leinster, but it's really now out of our hands. And as Orchid said, I think it's a perfectly fitting last comment. Not on night, boys, but lessons learned. Let's hope some lessons have been learned, but I feel like we've been running into the same lessons year in and year out. We can't travel.
We just can't travel, and we hate hearing it, don't you, Marcus? But yeah, it's just a tough old day for the Vodacom Bulls, and they will come. And we love the sport, we love the Vodacom Bulls. But I've got a winner for this awesome prize marquee at Loftus Versfeld on that awesome day, probably in front of a big crowd. We've got
at least 40,000.
At least 40,000 people at Loftus Versfeld. It's a winner from YouTube because of how your energy you gave on YouTube, the way you even galvanize other people to comment on your comments. Mr. Bopa Befika, you are the winner.
Congratulations.
Please send through your details to the Vodacom Bulls
we can't see them
platform.
unless you send them through. But I want to also, Keenan, I'm going to use my executive powers here.
Ooh!
I'm going to use them. 2 tickets to Keenan because I think he's been great. He also said, pass those tickets my way so we can drink a dope together on my first game at Loftus. Your first game at Loftus has to be a sweet experience.
That's beautiful.
So, Keenan, you've been great. You've commented a lot. Orchid, you've been great as well. Like I hate to have to pick, but Orchid, you got a phenomenal jersey. You'll definitely be in the running next time.
Yeah, for sure.
And Keenan, you'll join. Who's the winner from YouTube?
Bopa.
So congratulations to you two. It's been a terrible night for the Vodacom Bulls, but you guys can come away with some tickets. Sweet experience at what is going to be an absolute festival of rugby at Loftus Versfeld on the 18th of February. It's over and out from us. I'm not going to say too much about this game. It was a stinker, but we'll recover. We'll all be back. We know the Vodacom will be back. That's why we support this team. We love it to death. So we'll see you again next week when we take on the Scarlets in Wales, Friday night, 1 week away. I think we'll get the job done. Let's hope. See you next week. Cheers.